and he's here right now. Please introduce yourself. I'm not going to mention anything. You don't need any introduction, but say hello to the fans. They're here right now.
Rapstar, and everybody that's listening this evening, watching this wonderful show. Happy New Year from Rick Glaser. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas that observes the great holiday that it is. And let's talk about Tank Davis.
Man, what is going on, Rick? This is breaking news, and right now it's going all over the world. Give me a sec. Let me put your name up here. You're one of the guests over here, and you know who it is. It's Rick Glaser in the motherfucking building. All right? You guys are there talking about Rick. When's Rick coming back? Well, Rick's here right now. All right? Rick, you seem a bit tired. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just a long day, long day. I've been up since working since 3 o'clock in the morning, working the phones, and
Yeah.
just doing what I got to do. Tank Davis is in trouble because right now there's no bail. Well, let's just say tomorrow there's bail. They could tell him, okay, we're going to let you on a bail, but you can't leave the state of Florida. That could happen. That happens frequently, actually. When a person's not a resident of that state, that happens frequently, and we'll see what happens. So, it doesn't look very promising for January 7th, I would say right now. There's another issue. Back last year at this time, in December 5th of last year, Isaac Cruz fought Tank Davis, and Isaac Cruz was a replacement for Rolly Romero, because Rolly was being investigated. He wasn't even arrested; just under investigation for a sex crime, which turned out to be bogus. And Showtime took him out of the fight. Now, whether it's domestic abuse or a sex crime, they were both involving women. And with this whole Me Too movement that started back about 2018, this doesn't look very promising for a publicly held company like Showtime, owned by CBS, that they're gonna allow him to fight on January 7th. So there's multiple issues here to deal with.
I mean, I just wanna let you know that I've done some research, and a lot of people know that I was saying this earlier. He had already. Tank Davis has shown the way that he got his woman last time like a dog and took her out the stadium. That was already filmed all over the world. Then he had an accident and he left a pregnant woman on the floor, which is an open case right now. There's an open case on Tank Davis
in Maryland.
Right. But what happened to the date in December the 12th? Did they adjourn that date?
Yeah, I know they adjourned it, but I don't know to what date.
So Tank Davis has already got an open case with a woman that he left on the floor.
And don't forget, when you have an open case, you're out on bail. They could revoke his bail in Maryland for what he did in Florida. So he's got a lot of issues here to deal with. This is pretty ugly.
And he was coming at Ryan Garcia for the last few days. I'm sure Ryan's going to have his say into Twitter today. I'm sure Ryan's going to come out and give it the Tank Davis because, I'll be honest with you, this battery and domestic violence and treating women the way he and people at Showtime and Mayweather, I mean, this is something that boxing gives a pass. Boxing gives you a pass when it comes to these kind of people because they just want to see them fight.
Well, I think that was then, this is now. I think it's more serious. Boxing's very corporate when it comes to TV. And I don't think that they're going to want to get involved with a guy that's, with the domestic abuse and sex. They didn't want to do it for Rolly Romero. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. But it's going to be very interesting. Everything Heyman's turning lately has turned to shit.
All right. Let me just tell you, there's people in the chat here. Edward says, yeah, Rick, what's going on? And somebody saying Rachel. Merry Christmas to Rick Glaser, says Peter Von Arts. John McSmith said, God bless you, Rick Glaser. General says, it's fucking Rick. And Geyser says, Rick sounds high as fuck.
I never had a drink in my life, never had alcohol, never had beer, never had wine, never did any drugs at all. Don't do anything. What's he talking about? Just tired.
And then El Pincho Punch says Rachel kicked his ass. Now, okay, let's get this straight.
Bullshit.
Let's get this
Bullshit.
straight, right?
Listen. The reason I hung up is because the bitch was redundant. That's what she was. She was redundant. She's a clown. Everybody knows she's a clown in boxing. They're all laughing. Everybody in the business that saw it, heard about it, and stuff, they're laughing at her. She's not a manager. Stop. Everybody's got to stop with this bullshit. Okay, if she wasn't married to the guy, she wouldn't be the manager. She's not a fight manager. Richard Schaefer's calling the shots. She doesn't call any shots. She's full of shit. Okay?
Can I ask you then? Look. Can I ask you this? She's gone to the WBC, the WBA conventions. She has put her husband in that position now.
So what? I get things. Hold it. I get things
Who's
done.
Going to make the fight? Is it her making the fight, or is Richard meant to help?
Richard Schaefer.
So she's not still putting herself in position to go to all these conventions and help her husband to be in position?
What's the difference if she is? Richard Schaefer's the one that's doing all the lobbying for her. Richard Schaefer lobbied with Don Majeski, with that versus Don Majeski. She didn't say a fucking word. Okay, he was arguing. Richard Schaefer was arguing with Don Majeski. Don Majeski represents Jason Maloney and Top Rank. So please, let's not get too carried away. Okay.
So basically, I'm just going to leave it here. Basically, you stand by your opinion. She's not. Even though a lot of people feel like they respect.
I don't give a fuck. Listen. I've been an expert.
You just don't believe.
Here goes. I've been an expert witness in 34 boxing cases. Okay. Every time my side has won, okay, the other side's folded up like a pop tent after reading my testimony. I'm federally acclaimed in U.S. federal court as an expert witness in boxing-related law cases. Okay, she is not a fight manager. If I was asked to understand, just because you manage a fighter doesn't make you a fight manager. Who else does she manage? Nobody. And furthermore, she's not even calling the shots. Richard Schaefer is. In the conversation whatever that week that was, she admitted that Richard Schaefer, she brought him to Richard Schaefer. Well, Richard Schaefer's making all the fucking moves, not her. Okay? Not her at all. It's all bullshit.
She's not here.
Stop.
She's not here. I'm sure if she was here, she'll have something else to say. So
I don't care. I don't care what she said. She was redundant that night. She kept going back to the same bullshit. Who cares? Nobody cares. She's not a fight. Tell me who else she manages. She doesn't have a stable. She doesn't have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fighters. She's got one fighter. It's her husband. If she wasn't married to the guy, she wouldn't be the manager. She's not a fight manager. That's not a fight manager. She manages a fighter. That's not a fight manager.
Wow, Rick. But I'm sure if she comes over here, she's got her own.
I don't give a fuck I don't care what that bitch says. Okay,
yeah, but why do you have to be so disrespectful towards her?
Because she was being redundant, and you're doing the same thing.
Why?
Okay, stop. Okay, a fight manager manages fighters. If she wasn't married to the guy, she wouldn't be the manager. She's not a fight manager.
I agree. You're in the business. But you got to appreciate us as boxing people. We have to appreciate what she does know in the boxing business. Because she's
what does she know? She called Richard Schaefer.
But Rick, let me get it off. She has gone to the conventions. She shared with us what's going on in the conventions. She has sent all the letters, and she's made
Here. She went to the conventions. I get more done without going to the conventions. How's that?
Right. But she gets respect in the boxing field.
She does not get any respect. Please stop. She's a clown.
You know why I think she gets some respect? Because she's the only woman who's willing to be in that sport with the thick skin. That is a tough sport to be in, Rick. That's a fucking
that's beside the point. That doesn't make her a fight manager. She manages a fighter. She's not a fight manager. Let's not confuse issues here.
What?
Okay, you're okay. This is be like a guy winning one soccer game as the goalie and calling him an all-time great, or he's a real goalie. Won one game. Come on now, please stop.
Okay, so you still stand by your opinion that you don't respect Rachel as a boxing manager. That's just your opinion on that. You
No, I
broke
didn't
it
say
down.
that. No, I didn't say that.
What?
I didn't say I don't respect her. I said
Go
she's
on.
not a fight manager. Is what I
Right.
said.
You don't respect
Okay,
her as a fight manager, though. You did say that.
correct.
Anyway, Rick, hey, listen, if Rachel was here, she'll have something else to say. But hey,
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit where she is? Okay.
today you want that smoke, huh? Today.
No, I don't want that smoke. I'm tired. I want to move on from Rachel Donaire. She means nothing to me. Nothing. Zero. You guys are making the big deal out of nothing. I don't give a fuck about her. She's not in the fight business. Okay? She manages a fighter. She's no different than a guy who in my own town who manages a fighter. He tells me, Rick, you're in the business. I'm not. I got a fighter. Then she's got to recognize that same thing. She's got a fighter. She's not in the fight business. Continue.
All right, let's keep it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel's not here herself, and Rick Glazer just told you the way he told you. He's different. He says that he... Yo. What is going on? It's your host. It's no one else but Rapstar Boxing motherfucking knowledge. Put some respect on my name and smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? I put these lives together. I get all kinds of guests, and it ain't my fault what the guests are going to say. Now, I have sent Rick Glazer a message, and I'm going to send Rick Glazer the link again. Because at the end of the day, if he wants to come and speak about it, he can. But at this moment, it doesn't look good. Because the way Rick Glazer, look, he can say what he wants. You know, it's been 24 hours. Yeah, maybe people overreacted, you know? Maybe people said Rick Glazer shouldn't be calling Rachel Donaire a bitch. That shit was way under par. When you cross the line, you cross the line. But then when you talk about people in boxing and everybody in boxing, they're not very fucking polite. You know what I'm saying? They're not very polite people. And that's how Rick Glazer speaks. Was people or was we overreacting to say that Rick Glazer should be cancelled? Do you believe with what you heard yesterday and then you saw he went off once Rachel came to confront Rick Glazer for the second time? This was the part 2 smoke. Now, we didn't mean it to go like that, right? And I only asked the questions. But at the end of the day, it ain't my fault what Rick Glazer's going to say out of his mouth. Would you believe as a channel, and I want your honest opinion, do you think as a channel that people overreacted and we said he should be cancelled from the channel, right? We said because he ran away from the first debate. Well, it wasn't he ran away. He just gives his opinions. And when Rachel comes over here, he decided to leave. Now, he did that the first time round when he knew this was going to be a debate. And when he said that he was going to come and debate Rachel, he felt a certain way eventually, and then he left. Now, you heard the comments that he said. You heard the comments that Rick Glazer said. Do you think those comments were harsh? Do you think those comments, as a man calling a woman a bitch, and she's a clown, she's a no good clown, bitch, do you believe Rick Glazer went way beyond the belt? Yes or no? Because you guys are the channel subscribers. You guys need to tell me, did Rick Glazer overstep his boundaries with the way that he spoke about Rachel, or that's just the way people speak in the boxing world? Did I'm going to ask you one more time. We're going to have a vote. Did Rick Glaser overstep the way he spoke about Rachel, calling her a bitch and saying she's a clown? Is that something that you would say was way disrespectful? Tip Bailey says yes. It's more of him running off than what he said. Stop dragging it. Pick a topic. Not cool. Shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. How about that, Sonny? You're the fuck who's in this channel. This is current topics. And these topics only happen because of your host, Rapstar Boxing. And if you don't like it, you need to get the fuck out of it and go to your fanboy channel and go suck my fucking left ball bag. How about that one? Rachel and Rick are the guests, and it gets very fiery. Yeah? Nah, she manages her husband. That's not the same as managing boxers without marriage papers. What was the need to even use the term, says Tip Bayless. Bob Arum says, did the same shit to a woman in DAZN as a commentator. Rapstar versus that pussy Sonny. Man, that Sonny can get the fuck out of my channel, pussy. Go sit down and go watch someone else, pussy. Ray P says, LOL. Everybody's laughing again. She said herself, the bitch of boxing. So knock it off. So what do you mean, knock it off? What do you mean, John? Knock it off. Rick is free to go off, but don't leave when Rachel shows up. So let's just keep it real here. It's not how Rick Glaser spoke about Rachel. It's not that he called her a bitch. It's that anybody's offended with. It's that Rick Glaser left the channel and he went off and he didn't. When Rachel turned up, he left. Now, Rick Glaser wants to tell me, he's messaged me, and I'm gonna put the message up here that Rick Glaser has sent a message for everybody, and he wishes all of you people a happy new year, and I will read his message very shortly. But at the same time, Rick Glaser being a credible source in boxing, being in this industry way before we've been born, if you're going to speak about people and discredit them, when they turn up, you decide to go, right? It's called like running off, right? At the end of the day, now Rick Glaser says that he doesn't want to speak about her anymore, that she's a dead subject for him, right? But why would you want to say all that and then not confront when Rachel turns up? When Rachel comes for the smoke and she's willing to debate you and she's willing to get her opinions off, and even if it's not a debate that you guys are not getting along and everybody wants to bring out their facts, Rick Glaser decides to leave. Rick Glaser decides to leave. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. What's happening, B&B? If you're out, bro. You don't even have to come in and say you're out. You're here in the first place. If you don't want to hear about it, you didn't know how this started, bro. This started on Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. So if you don't know about it, bro, it is what it is. The people in Rapstar know what the fuck happened, how it started, and how this thing's ending up. Now I'm going to say, look, respect to the people which are in the industry. Respect to Rachel Donaire for managing her husband and dealing with all these companies in boxing. Respect to Rick Glaser doing business in boxing, being in this business before we've been born. Rick Glaser's been an advisor, worked with Don King. Rick Glaser's been an advisor, worked with fucking Don King. Right? At the end of the day, the man's been in this industry for many, many years. It's not our fault that both people in the industry, they just don't like each other. And this is because Rick Glaser downplayed Rachel Donaire of being a manager. He feels that Rachel Donaire is only in this business because of her husband. And if it wasn't for her husband, she wouldn't be shit for boxing. That's his opinion. Right? Now, that all started when Rick Glaser said that Rachel Donaire is not really a real manager, that she is only in it because of her husband. Her husband's given her the key, and her husband's given her opportunity just to run it for him. He's basically running the whole show, is what Rick Glaser is saying. What Rick Glaser is saying is that Richard Schaefer is the man doing business with Nonito Donaire, but Rachel's in the middle because how Rick Glaser looks at it is that she's just his wife and he's given her the opportunity to be a manager. So, what do you think about that? You think Rick Glazer's being harsh? Do you think Rick Glazer's being harsh, saying that Rachel Donaire is not a real manager? Do you guys agree with Rick Glaser? You heard what I told him. Do you guys agree with Rick Glaser that Rachel Donaire is not a real manager? Yes or no? Yes or no? Does anybody agree with Rick Glaser? Do you agree that Rachel Donaire is a manager? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Hard Time says yes. Yes. All your wives and kids look at me. I look like me, says John. Don't know who John's talking to, but John's going into one. Yes. I have a Candy says, Rapstar, if you were a boxer, to be honest, would you pick Rachel as to manage you? Why not? She's managing one of the best guys ever. She meets all the qualifications. Steven says yes. Rapstar Rick found a new love in Tracy. That's why he don't want nothing to do with Rachel. A manager of fighters, but not a manager of a fighter, but not fighters. Both sides have a point. So look, at the end of the day, that his main argument, saying that Rachel ain't a manager, as you can see, that you don't agree with mostly everything he's saying. Now, yeah, Rick Glaser has sent me messages. I'll probably put the message up in a minute, and you can look at what Rick Glaser is saying for himself. But let me put my girlfriend on for a bit. Let me find my girlfriend. Where's she at? Where's Tracy? Come here, love. Tracy, go take a picture for me, mate.
Right, what's going on here, Donny's on the next? Barry's actually going to propose to Sandra. Sandra has been giving Barry mad head lately, and he's witch, yeah? He's doing this behind the back of the boys because they know, yeah, they would have cussed him out for proposing to Sandra. Tracy had one job to do, and that was to record it. But she's all over the bloody place. Barry's clocked that she didn't get the footage, so he's going to propose to Sandra again. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tracy! What's going on?
What up?
How are you?
I'm great.
Can we meet you?
My name is Tunde Tupac, aka the Rap Killer,
Tunde Tupac.
the Rap Flexer, kill them all.
Your name.
Your name is
Tunde Tupac.
Tunde Tupac.
You can write the Rap Killer there.
But Tunde is your
It's
name.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Tunde, with your dressing, I know the kind of song that you're about to present.
Yes.
So you want to tell us about it?
Just rap game. I kill the rap game because the haters want us down, but they're not going to get us.
You don't need to tell us about the haters now.
Rappers, right? You're a rapper.
Rapper.
Good. Let's hear you.
Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Check it. Check it. I rule everywhere. I rule. They want to take me down, but they cannot take me down. Yeah, I rule New York. I rule Lagos to Atlanta. We go to Chicago. Check me out. Check my game. My game is tight. All the haters, I shoot them in the brain. Boom, boom, boom. I've been around with my guys, 50 Cent, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg. We're all in this game together because I kill them all. I kill Tupac and I kill Biggie. I kill them all because they can't contain my rap game.
Hey!
It's off the hook because I'll kill you all now.
No, calm down. You killed?
You killed who?
It's just a lyric. Don't fear.
Lyric.
Yeah. Your lyric will put you in trouble. You have to be very careful. You don't just go about saying things that you don't know.
It's a rap game. That's how you know.
Oh, okay.
How old are you?
I've been in this game for more than 20 years.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
What?
Just forget my age. Just focus on how long I've been in the game.
And you know Tupac. You know Snoop Dogg. You know
By the
50
grace of
Cent.
God, we met in the States.
Oh.
Which state?
Akwa Ibom.
This guy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Glaser has sent a message. He has sent us a message. And before I show you the message, right? Because, you know, we're all one here. We're a channel, but you, my subscribers, right? I want you to answer this question before I show you the message. Despite everything what happened, was Rick Glaser out of order to you guys as subscribers and to the channel, right? By saying that he was going to debate Rachel the first time, and when the debate got heated, he left. In the second time, when I told him, you heard the beginning of the live, I said, when Rachel comes for the smoke, it'll be smoke. And he said, I don't give a fuck about the smoke. And then he left. Do you believe Rick Glaser was wrong and handled himself with the subscribers and the channel? Was he wrong to us? Yes or no? If I don't get more, I'm not going to start going on about this. I'm not even going to show you his message that he just sent me. Because if you want me to, I'll send him the link again. Yes, he was wrong. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. So he was wrong, right? You agree that Rick Glaser was wrong. Tip Bayless is staying 50-50. He's in the middle. Depends. Yes. Wrong for running off. I mean, we're all going to keep it real. As much as you might like Rick, and, you know, he's been in boxing for years, he was wrong for the way that the first time he set the fucking debate up, we waited for about 5 fucking days on Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. And when the debate came, he left. Right? So he was wrong. Tip is acting like a beta, saying maybe. But, you know, Tip is the only one now. He wants to stay 50-50. Tip Bayless wants to stay 50-50 now. Yeah? Hey, Rachel, if you're watching right now, man, give Tip Bayless one backhand. Hey, Rachel, if you're watching, Tip Bayless is getting 50-50 on this. Yeah? You hear me, Rachel? If you're watching this, Tip Bayless said it's 50-50. So I just want you to give him a backhand when you see Tip Bayless on the live on the panel next time round. Yeah? You see that, Rachel? I'm only playing you, Tip. I got to play you, Tip. You know what I'm saying, brother? Yes, man. Hey, look, man. Rick was being more disrespectful. He should have kept it professional. Hey, look, you guys are just keeping it real. So despite all of that, do you still want me to send him the link? Yes or no? Now, if I don't see 10 yeses or 10 no's, I'm moving on. I'm going to ask you one more motherfucking time on Rapstar. Even after all this, do you want me to send him the link? Yes or no? Hey, Rick Glaser is in the building. That's a fake Rick Glaser, bro. Yes, yes, yes. Tell Rick to pull up. Yes, 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 Now that's what I'm talking about. Now, because of you guys, I will send the link. Because of you guys, I'm gonna send the link. But you guys just want to see drama show, like Gennady Golovkin said. You guys just want to see drama show, eh? Now I'm gonna say to Max, Tip Bayless, and everybody who said yes. You were saying that he disrespected Rachel yesterday. But today, you know, if he comes here now, he's going to disrespect maybe Rachel again. So you guys want to see drama on Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. Every one of you, the Chief, Real Boxing. Yeah? Chuck. Stephen 4722, General, Jay Santiago. You guys were defending it yesterday, saying that Rick Glaser was wrong in the way that he conducted himself. Now you want me to send him the link. So you want to see more drama show. You guys want to see the drama show, bro. You didn't give a fuck about what you're saying to Rachel. You know he's going to say that shit again. So you don't care. You want to see the drama show. As the world turns. It's not drama. Rick fired shots. It's not drama. Frank saying Rick has fired shots at Rachel. What? Frank is turning this shit around. Frank saying he fired shots at Rachel. So look, it just shows me, yeah, that you guys love drama show. First you were contradicting Rick. First you were trying to say Rick is this and Rick is that. But now you're telling me, send Rick the link. So what is it? What is it? You want to see the drama show? You want to see the vulgar talk? You want to see people get heated up and say some mad shit? Because you know Rick Glaser is about that. They were in their feelings. Peter was mad, chill. Rachel will stand for herself. But what does that mean? It's like first you are coming here, yeah, telling me Rick Glaser was out of line. Rick Glaser disrespected. Rick Glaser disrespected the channel. But now you want me to send him the motherfucking link. I mean, I'll send him the link. I'll send him the link. But what are you going to see right now? This is going to get fired up. It's going to get heated up. Is that what we want to see? Because at the same time, yeah, Rachel wanted to smoke with Rick Glaser in the beginning. Then Rick Glaser wanted to smoke with Rachel. But then Rick Glaser went in on Rachel yesterday, and then he went off when Rachel turned up to put it on Rick. So this smoke's going back and forth. But we are the platform. We're enticing this smoke. We're trying to put a flame on it. You guys want me to put a flame on it now. Now you're saying, Rap Star, let's get this shit together and let's get this smoke again. You're telling me to get Rick Glaser back. You know what's going to happen. You're going to find Rachel and then Nonito Donaire is going to come. And I'm surprised that Nonito Donaire yesterday, I'm surprised he didn't want to kill Rick Glaser. I'm surprised Nonito Donaire was so cool as a cucumber. Because I thought he was coming on here for all guns blazing and telling people they better watch how they speak to his wife. You know what I'm saying? You guys just want that drama, bro. So just tell me. If you tell me you want that drama, then I'll send the link. But at least that lets me know that you guys don't really want real boxing. What we want, let's keep it real, is drama show. So I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. I'm going to give it a minute to think about it. And you guys tell me what you think, what the channel should do. I'm going to let you guys decide. We either talk it boxing or I'll send some links. It's as simple as that. You get what I mean? John is just waiting. Text Rick the link. No, keep it real. Nonito is quiet and intelligent. Are they debating or not? Listen, at the end of the day, there ain't going to be a debate if we don't need it to be a debate. But if you guys want big drama show, let it be known. Do you want me to put it as a debate? You want me to get Rick? I can phone him up. I can send him the link. You want me to say, yo, you can come here yourself. Ain't nobody going to disturb you. And we just want to hear what you got to say. Is that what you want? Tell the truth. Yeah, see, at least you're being real. You guys want to see the drama between Rick and Rachel. That's what it is. Yes, yes, I can see it. I can see it. And General says, unleash him. You guys are fucking motherfuckers, bro. You guys are funny motherfuckers, bro. I gotta tell ya, you guys are the funniest people I've ever seen in boxing. I'll tell you, man, you guys make me laugh. Oh, man, you guys are funny, bro. But you know what? It is what it is. Everybody likes drama show.
Manchester United.
You funny motherfuckers. So let me just tell you this. I think if Rick Glaser comes back, he don't want to talk about Rachel anymore. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? If he comes here, I think from the last message, he don't want to talk about this subject anymore. He has his opinions and he don't want to talk about her. You get what I mean? He might just want to eliminate this. He might just want to eliminate this conversation. And if I say anything, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like now it's at a point that Rick Glaser said, no, man, he don't want to deal with this no more. Like he don't want to even, look, the way he thinks about Rachel is wrong. I get it. The way that he downplays Rachel, it is wrong. But that's his opinions. And he knew that I was actually coming at him last night. And I was actually trying to defend Rachel. Because he was really trying to downplay Rachel, bro. You know, and especially her being a woman. If it was another man and he said, oh, that man's a bitch, I don't think nobody would have felt as much disrespect. Because everybody calls everybody bitches in boxing. Right? Everybody says what they say in boxing. It's just that Rachel's a sweet woman. She's great. You know, she's always around this boxing game. She's with Nonito Donaire. Nonito's a great guy as well. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was like, man, come on, man. You're going in on these people. You're going in on her. At the end of the day, I feel like he feels that he just has his opinion. So let me just show you what he sent us right now. Now, this is Rick Glaser He just sent me us a message, and here it is. A little while ago. Give me a minute, and we're going to read the message. Everybody read that message. Now I'm a sandbagger. A sandbag. You see that? You see that though? He's saying that you sandbagged me with the last night. That's on you. Read it now. All right? I told you, rap stars are 100%. I don't hold back from nothing. If Rick Glazier got no respect for the channel, I have to be how I have to be now. Because Rick Glazier ran away not once, but twice. And he made me set the debate up. And I'm still going to send him the motherfucking link. I'm still going to send Rick Glazier the link. Because this is free smoke on Rapstar Boxing. We ain't done with this. Shit's got to end. We're going to end this shit the right way. How about that one? I'm still going to send Rick Glazier the motherfucking link. Now let's go here. You sandbagged me with that last night. That's on you. Please continue to have Rachel nothing Donaire on your show. But it will be done without me. So now listen to this. I told him to come on the channel. To rectify yourself, if you want to apologize about it, or if you want to talk about it like a man, let's forget about it, Rick Glazier, and let's move on. And let's see if you can respect Rachel and Rachel can respect you. This is what I tell you, bro. Don't you ever fuck with Rapstar. Rapstar's the most honest, 100% man that you're going to meet on these boxing channels. I asked Rick Glazier to come over here. Now he's saying this, please continue to have Rachel nothing Donaire. So now he's saying have Rachel on there who is nothing Donaire on your show, but it will be done without me. So he's not coming. He said, if this is about Rachel or Rachel's on your show and you have Rachel on your show, then I'm not coming. But that's some bullshit. Okay, before I continue reading, right? Do you think that's some bullshit? Yes or no? I'm not even going to read anymore. Please continue to have Rachel nothing Donaire on your show, but it will be done without me. Bro, the man's not coming for the debate. He doesn't want to talk about this subject anymore to you people. He says, do it without me now. Now Rick Glazier's saying that do this shit without him. He ain't coming now. Now he was thinking about coming. He was thinking about coming, but you know that this is Rapstar Boxing knowledge. If he says anything, Rachel is welcome to come and talk her talk. Now, what he might want to come is just talk by himself. But I said to Rick Glazier, come on the channel, talk to the subscribers. You know, you've been in boxing for many, many years. You're a creditable person in the sport. Don't end it like that. Don't run away. I'm giving the man the opportunity to not run away like that, and just keep it real. It don't take you less of a man to say, yo, you know what, Rap? Maybe I shouldn't have said that about Rachel. I don't agree with her being a manager, but maybe I was wrong calling her a bitch. Constantly calling her a bitch. That don't make you less of a man. Now you can talk, and now we can move it forward. You know what I'm saying? So let's move it on. He says, you obviously classify Rachel as a fight manager. Hey, look, 90% of the people, 90% of the people agree that Rachel is a fight manager. It's not just rap stuff. It's 90% of the motherfucking people on this channel agree that Rachel is a fight manager. So now he's coming at me because I believe Rachel deserves the respect. Now he's saying to me that you obviously classify her is Rachel Donaire, thank you, a fight manager. A real fight guys don't ask Sean Gibbons what he thinks of her. Think about what the man's doing now. He's going to another man to put Rachel Donaire down again. Now look, my thing is, this has become personal for Rick Glazer on how he feels about a woman who's so fucking upfront, about a woman that will back her talk, and a woman who is in the sport of boxing that they can't handle it. They can't handle a woman being intelligent, using her mindset, using her credibilities, and showing that she knows fucking boxing. There's got to be some of that involved in this. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something like that involved in this. That he can't take that Rachel is a woman and she is a dominant player in the sport of boxing. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. You obviously classify her as a fight manager. Real fight guys don't ask Sean Gibbons what he thinks of her. She's the wife of a fighter that allows her to play the manager role. When she manages multiple fighters with success, then her distinction may well change. Best regards, Happy New Year, Rick. Am I cutting out or can you guys hear me right now? Am I cutting out or can you guys hear me right now? Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? That's all I need to know, bro. I'm here cooking, giving you what fucking shit Rick Glazer's sending me. Wow, he really doesn't like Rachel, says Real Boxing. Yes. So he standards his to be more than one fighter. We hear you good, brother. Man, Harvest Pickle, go suck cock. I give you 31 years. In return, I get Rachel Donaire. This guy's a fake Rick Glazer, bro. I get Rick point. What he means is Rachel hasn't had other fighters managed. He's contradicting himself. Oh, Rachel was in the chat, yeah? Rachel in the chat, I didn't even know. General, how is that a fact? He doesn't even know who I have. Now, let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Look, Rachel Donaire's already here. Rick Glazer now is saying, please continue to have Rachel Know Nothing Donaire on your show, but it will be done without me. So he's ducking the smoke. Let's keep it real, though. At this point, Rick Glazier, who said he was all about the smoke, he said he was all about the free smoke. Well, Rachel Donaire is shutting him down because he now is telling me he ain't coming. Do you get what I'm saying? He ain't coming because he knows we respect Rachel. And he knows on this channel, there's no favoritism. He knows no matter what kind of man he is, and even though we're men, and he's been in the sport longer than Rachel, then he needs to recognize one thing, that we ain't no fanboys of nobody. We're going to keep it equal, and we're going to keep it open. And we're going to let Rachel do what she got to do, and we're going to let Rick Glazier do what he got to do. I'm going to send a link. And I want to know, what do you guys think? Now that I was going to send him the link, should I still send him the link? Yo, Hyphy in the building, bro. Hyphy in the building, bro. Rick Glazed Donut is a spineless cucumber, and he needs to put respect on Rachel Donaire's name. And I'm just going to keep it real, bro. I was sending him the link. And if he has a chance to speak nicely, or he has a chance to be corporate, professional, and even I was enticing, right, Max, that if he wanted to apologize to Rachel, it doesn't make him a smaller man. We can still have the smoke. You can still come out with your facts. You saw what he said. Now he's opting totally out. He said if it's anything to do with Rachel, he's still going at her, isn't he?
Yeah. Now he's doubling down. He called her nothing Donaire. I was like, oh man, look at this guy.
I mean, do you think this is a way that he's acting? Do you think that's right for the channel?
Well, look,
and the
I don't know
subscribers?
I don't know Rick Glazier as much as you do, Rap, but from what you shared with the audience last night, it seems that Rick has this type of pattern. Look, it's one thing to have a disagreement with someone, right? But it's another thing that just like you said what you said, and when Rachel jumped on stage, you ran, bro. Like you could have at least kept the same energy. You feel me? You ain't have to leave. I wonder if he would have had that same type of energy with a man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand like the way he said it, right? Like
Yeah,
you
but
can
but do you see the message now? Now he's sending me a message saying that, well, if you guys are rocking with Rachel, you might as well leave me out of it.
Yeah, he said no, nothing, Donaire. I'm like, oh man, you still now first.
And how much respect have we given Rick Glazier on this channel for 2 years, bro?
Oh, for a while,
for over a year. I've been giving this. You know, Rick Glazier gets his total open opinion on here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he respects you when he does that?
I mean, I don't think it's cool that he does that with the channel. He could have, stayed on his square when she came up there. It's like, I don't know, man.
Well, okay, he says we're not on the right path. We don't know what we're talking about. What do you think, Tip Bayless?
Man, Rick is a old, bitter has-been. Guy's emotional. He clearly doesn't like Rachel. You know, just like.
Do you think it's personal? If you say he don't like her, and these are comments made out of somebody who don't like you, do you think, why does he not like Rachel Donaire?
He doesn't know why he doesn't like it. I don't know how, like, is Rachel in the chat? Have you guys even met? Like, shook hands at best? I don't even think Rick even knows why. He just feels a certain way. That's it.
Well, it all started, right, Tip, when they talked about the nomination she got for Manager of the Year, and I guess it started on Twitter.
Even before that. I think Rachel said Rick dropped her name even before that.
Yeah, it's personal now. You can definitely tell that it's personal. For whatever reason, man, he just doesn't like her. I don't know if it's because she's a woman.
It's not personal, but Rick wants to make it personal.
That's true. That's true.
But you guys still told me to send him the link. Everybody in the chat still told me send him the link.
Yeah, he's not coming. I said if you send him the link, he's not coming.
But you still want me to send him the link.
I mean, I just know he's not coming if you send it.
It doesn't matter, but you still, all of you, everybody in the chat said send him the link, included Tip. Tip said just send him the link.
Tip said maybe.
I mean, look, Boxing with Frank says, yeah, we should because it's free smoke.
I mean,
well, you know, Frank is a lover of Rick Glaser, so I wouldn't doubt that coming out of Frank's mouth.
Yeah, Tip and Frank are like Rachel and Rick. Yeah, they always go.
You just guys want to see Rick Glaser and Rachel go at it again.
But here's the thing: we really haven't. We really haven't seen it because Rick leaves.
I mean, the first time round, he made us come at his times. He did tell me to go live at that time. So, you know what I mean? That was a disappointment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like Rick will be disrespectful, but he won't entertain the heat that's coming back towards him.
Yeah.
All right, look who's in the building, guys.
Oh.
Rachel. Rachel's in.
Hey, Rap.
What's happening, Rachel? How you doing?
I can't stay that long. We're setting up our studio, with the belts and stuff. And actually, I think it's quite funny that he sent you that email and mentioned Sean Gibbons because my live today mentioned Sean Gibbons and the fact that his minions in the Philippines filed a fake police report on John Real Casimiro. So I riled the shit out of that side for sure. Like their people are running with their heads cut off right now because the thing is, Sean's guys are very talkative and they love doing live streams about everything. And on one of their live streams, they said that MP Promotions and Sean Gibbons was financially funding the case against John Real Casimiro. So I had it and I posted it, but I have to redo it because our stream was weird. Like the upload speed sucked. So I think it's funny. And when we were going to debate, I was going to ask him if he was friends with Sean because it seems like sleazy sleeps with sleazy, like misery loves company. So it doesn't surprise me at all. And I couldn't care less about what Sean says because I already know that he isn't the MP Promotions president. I pulled the Security and Exchange documents. He's a fraud. And he doesn't have a license to be a promoter or manager in California and Nevada or the Philippines and New York.
Oh, shit.
So, I mean, Sean's a glorified broker. That's why he couldn't hold John Real Casimiro. And he ended up going to Clemus. He was a complete broker. So does it surprise me that that's the name he dropped? If that's the name you dropped, that's a bad name. He got fired from Top Rank. Do we not remember the Matchroom, the Matchbox, was it Project Matchbox or something? When the feds rained down on Top Rank, who was the one person that got fired? Sean Gibbons. Who is the one person who turns back odometers on cars and sells them? Rick Glaser.
Yeah, so it seems like
so.
These two guys. I mean, Sean Gibbons. He's got something for you as well. He doesn't like you, right? He also has issues with you, and it seems like Sean Gibbons has also been very vocal about how he spoke about you a couple of times.
Yeah, Sean Gibbons was mad because I was pushing VADA testing, and then he said, he played stupid. He doesn't do stupid very well because it makes him look more stupid. He said that, I don't know where the contract is. No one sent it to me. Did someone mail it to me? Did someone email it to me? It's on the damn website. Like he acts like an amateur just to not turn in paperwork. And then he got mad because he lost John Real Casimiro. And it's because John Real Casimiro said that he's not under contract with him. And on the live that I did earlier, John Real Casimiro said he doesn't see all of his fight contracts. So it stands to question who the hell's been signing his fight contracts.
Yeah, and you know what it is, Rachel, right? I even did a survey earlier on, right? And I said, look, let's just keep it real. Rachel's not here. This is in the beginning of the channel. I said, how do you guys feel? And 90% people feel that, you know, what you didn't do in boxing is they feel that you are a manager in what you're doing in boxing. Same way as other people got one fighter as well. And, you know, the truth is his main thing of coming at you, saying that you're not a credible manager, is only either to ignite some flame or Tip Bayless believes he just doesn't like you.
Well, I think Rap, there's people that's asking in the channel, in your chat, like, how did this start? Have you all ever met? No, never met the dude. Never said his name, never mentioned him. He did not exist in my world. The only time was when he Twittered something that, because I got nominated. I got nominated and he put my name in his mouth that I shouldn't be even considered because I'm not a fight manager. And then I think Rap, that's when you interviewed him about it. And then he kept talking about me over and over again after that. So no, I've never met him. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe I stole his girlfriend or his wife. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
and to be fair with you, Rachel, I'll tell you what this boxing world I'm learning behind the scenes is also people want you to push their energy and push their narratives. And we don't do that over here. We keep it open for you. We keep it open for him. We keep it open for Mauricio Sullivan. We keep it open for everybody, even Bill Haney, until he went a bit, you know, in the way that he is. And then he got what he got because people don't agree with his views sometimes, right? It is just what it is. But at the end of the day, people have their own, you know, the way that he's saying is now is like, oh, you know what? He don't like, he's always now he's speaking like he wants to opt out because Rachel Donaire, he doesn't, you know, did you see the message? Like, you know, it's a bit, I don't want to say pathetic, but we give him a lot of respect on this channel. And we also, as a channel and subscribers, feel a little bit let down with the way Rick is handling this. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is just our opinion now that Rick can do better as a man, because I did reach out to him and I said, Rick, if you wanted to apologize or you want to, you know, just talk about it like properly and not, you know, be like this and run off, then, you know, I'll give you that opportunity. But his message is, you know, please continue to have Rachel, and, you know, he says all these words again to you, Donaire on your show, but it will be done without me. So what he's trying to say is that he don't want to, number one, entertain it. And number two, what he's saying is that if we respect you, he don't respect our channel. And this was the channel that he said, you can ask everybody, that was the number one or number two channel he's ever been to. So this is like, he's being a hypocrite
live
now.
on my thing. What is in the first sentence? Something tagged me. Sorry, because the like the red button's on top of it. What does it say? I can't see it. What's the first line on there?
Oh yeah, that was when he said to me, wait, give me a second.
Says something that's on you, but I can't read it.
Yeah. He said, you sandbagged me last night. That's on you. That was what he said to me.
You told him I might be listening.
I told him.
I mean,
and everybody heard it again.
YouTube.
Everybody heard it again. They all heard it. When I said to him, when she comes, it's going to be smoke. He goes, I don't give a fuck when she comes. And then he called you the word or whatever.
And then when I come, you go run. Okay.
Yeah, I already told him that. So I don't see why Rick is this sensitive in his old age. He even asked me to put a debate on at 12 o'clock midnight New York time, right? And he told me that's the only way he'll debate you or talk to you, because he knew that he said some stuff and you wanted to retaliate. So he said he's ready for all that. But when he finally did that, he disappointed us and ran off in that. So we got to keep it real here. A lot of people are disappointed in him in the way that he left, because he knows what kind of channel this is, and then he wants to throw it back in my face to say, oh, because it's Rachel, you know, hey, listen, you're the one who wanted all that smoke. You said you wanted to talk about it. You
I mean,
told me
literally
at
what
12
he's saying
o'clock.
in your email, like the wife of a fighter that allows her to play the manager role. Well, so who's going to manage Nonito? Richard? So you're saying that he would go against the Muhammad Ali Act to separate promoter and manager. That's what you're saying? Are you that freaking thick? Are you that stupid? Like, what do you mean play the manager role? Like, so who's going to manage Nonito? Richard can't manage Nonito. See, this is why you don't want to get me in a debate with him because, I mean, even on just this email alone, Richard can't go directly to Nonito as his manager and be a manager role. He should know that. He's not that. I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know if he's that stupid or he's playing stupid or he's senile. I don't know.
No, but also, you know, it's a bit disappointing. A man who's been in this industry for many, many years, and you know, and now it's come to a point that a woman is in a, and we gotta keep it real, Rachel. You're in a male dominant sport, and I feel like, you know, we're looking at this sport because you're a woman. We're seeing attacks, but we know this is happening every day. Then now we
It's just
realize
the
it.
fact that it's more it's social media now, right? Like
Right.
it wasn't before, like this wasn't such a thing. So, you know, like with him coming at me, have I not been come at before? Yeah, 100% I have.
Yeah, but they have no respect for each other in boxing. When they want to discredit you, unless you speak out for yourself, they will say what it takes to discredit your the people in another side, or how Sean Gibbons is with you guys, and how
Listen,
you had
I
to
have talked
defend
to so
yourselves.
many people, not just on YouTube, but in the boxing industry. Call Mauricio, ask him if I'm a manager. Call anybody. Call the
Oh,
BWA.
you know,
Call
I'm gonna
freaking
ask Mauricio
Bob
that as
Arum.
well. I'm gonna ask Mauricio when he comes.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah, I
Ask
will.
all of them. Because he names the one guy who's as much as of an idiot as he is. The one guy.
Yeah,
Literally, Sean Gibbons is the one person in boxing the first and the one person in boxing that I
yeah,
didn't get along with, only since Casemiro. You gonna
yeah.
name that guy?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, I feel a bit bummed that I want to give him opportunity to just be himself and say, look, maybe, you know, he spoke out of line. But I don't think he wants to do it. You saw the message he sent me.
Yeah.
So he don't want to do that. But look, I know before you go or you run off yourself, I do need your views on this. And this is becoming major news right now. With Javante Tank Davis saying he's not a monster. He released his statements now. Tank Davis has released his own statements now. And first people are calling him a monster because his track record of what he did to a woman at some kind of a convention center. I don't know where it was. Was it basketball?
I'm not sure.
Right. It was at an event. He grabbed up his mother of his kid, and the way that he took her out of that stadium or wherever it was, he took her out like a rag doll. And people are using his previous with what he did in today's judgment and just calling him guilty. How do you feel about that?
Okay, cam me up if you're gonna ask me how I feel about it.
Huh?
I said cam me up so I can tell you how I feel about it. Like put the
No, I'm
camera on.
telling you. I mean, this is a view that we need from Rachel Donaire, because at the end of the day, in boxing, they got Rolly Romero. They put him on the side of the street. Yeah, he just had an accusation. Javante Tank Davis now is getting charged. They said, but he got released with. He paid 1,000 to get out of his bond, but at the end of the day, he still went and got charged. Now we've heard other reports, a woman screaming, saying, "Help me, he will kill me," or "Help me and help me." But at the end of the day, does boxing have to represent? Does boxing like Showtime have to say, "Well, we did this with Rolly, and we're not even if it's not guilty until guilty." Maybe we need to kind of like put our hands up and say, until they work it out, we don't want no part. Or should they not care and let Tank Davis do what he got to do?
Well, I think that the thing is with it's an association at that point. Like if Showtime continues the fight, then it's association and they're supporting him. The problem with them making that decision is the fact that if he, comes out innocent and he lost a paycheck, like you already destroyed like that paycheck for that person. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a double-edged sword for I think Showtime because of the fact that like yeah, they're going to be like, well, in all honesty, I believe that no one should be saying anything about, well, maybe she provoked him or maybe this, maybe that. Would nobody was there. Like so that's the reason I went live earlier is to, this is the court of freaking social media opinion. It's not it's not what's real. But they have to deal with it in real time now because of the fact that social media is everywhere. So they have to make their statements. But if Showtime goes on, it's going to look like they support him, whether or not they make a statement and say we don't support him or we don't condone like what he's being charged for. The problem is he's not found guilty yet, right? So you're already basing something off of that. But as a business, I understand that they would have to do that because it'll rain hell that they're supporting in this type of action, whether
But
or
they're
not
gonna
the action is
support
true.
Tank. They're not pulling Tank off the card.
They said they don't know yet.
Well, they said they don't know yet, but it all looks with Rowley, they put immediate situations in hand.
No, it took a couple days too.
You think so?
Yeah, it took a couple days of
And you
Rowley.
really think that Showtime might say, okay, let's hold up? Because at the end of the day, Tank Davis is the leader of this card. This
He's
is
the
the
main
big money.
card. I
Yeah, he's
mean,
the main
Isaac
card.
Cruz. Well, I mean, not Isaac Cruz, but I mean, he was the leader of that other card, and they took out Rowley and put Isaac Cruz in.
Where did you get your reports that they're thinking about it?
I thought it was it Mike Coppinger?
What Mike
Might be
Coppinger
Mike.
said that they're gonna think about this? That the
Yeah, that they're
companies...
not, that they haven't made a decision yet. I think it was. It's either him, Dan Rayfield, or there's only so many people that I read that, and even at that I try to cross-reference it. But even Tank at this point, I thought he said something like he doesn't know if he's in it to fight right now. I mean, like me and Nonito talked about it. I'm like, dude, the week before your fight, you'd spend a night in jail, and then you're supposed to, usually they leave like this Saturday is when they would leave, or Monday, to go to the fight week, just, DC. Like, is that something that's really going to mess with your head? So
Yeah,
if he's not going to perform, and Hector Garcia is not like, he's not a walkover. So if he's not
but
on
what I'm
point,
saying is, what do you think if you had a major company like this and you had to take actions with Rowley, even though that was just an investigation, right?
yeah.
How would you, being in the sport of boxing, not only what would Rachel Donaire want, how would you play this?
I mean, I'm lucky I'm not in that position because there's a board of directors that would have to override me anyway. I mean, I would have to say that they have to actually be not charged, but found guilty. Because we've seen people even get charged and charges get dropped.
You will continue the program, continue the event.
I would. I didn't agree with when they
listen,
pulled Rowley.
I appreciate you because, I want honest opinions here because it's a sensitive topic.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate when they pulled Rowley either. And I know they were trying to do that to John Real Casimiro because I saw the freaking emails. They were trying to get his passport taken away.
What about my boy Tit? Tit, would you think you agree with that? If you don't get charged, they should let everything still carry on, no matter if it was Rowley as well. Rowley didn't get charged. That was just an investigation, bro. They hold him back. They said, "Nah, he can't fight."
Yeah, I don't think the fight should get pulled. But I mean, if it does, it's weird.
But can I ask this question? If it was rape, like the investigation was on Rowley's head, do you think the answer would be different, Tip Bayless?
Yeah, maybe so.
Is it because Rowley's investigation was rape? And that was like, wait there, wait there, wait there. That's a bit heavy. Do you think
I
so?
think domestic violence is heavy too,
I agree
though,
too,
Rap. I don't
Rachel. I
think.
agree. I agree. But isn't there levels to this shit?
I mean, if you say you stole something from the store, I think it's different from anything that has to do with somebody else's physical well-being.
No, but I think, Rachel, I got a point here. That if it was rape, even your company wouldn't do it. Your company would say, no, wait till they get this case over and done with, because it might look bad on us if he did get found guilty.
It's the perspective.
See, I think with that situation, with Rolly Romero, it was the accusation of rape. I might be wrong, Rachel. I think
I
domestic.
don't
I
know.
think
I
domestic
haven't. Yeah,
violence.
that's a great question. I should
I
ask.
mean,
I should ask
domestic
Steven.
violence, Rachel. You got a good point. Domestic violence, battery. It's really really fucking. It's the worst as well. It's bad, but we don't know the cases of this domestic violence. A woman could be in it. She could be mentally doing things to Tank Davis. How do we know that she didn't punch Tank Davis twice before he might have pushed her on the other side?
Again,
No,
like
that's
what I said on my live, let's be
right.
kindergarteners and keep our hands to ourselves. Even a woman should keep their hands to themselves. There should not be any reason that you're in a relationship that you put your hands on the other person unless it's lovingly.
Yeah, so I think Rolly Romero, when they accused him of rape, they
You
had to
think
pull
that's
him.
why they pulled him off because of
They
the
had to
crime?
pull him. They had to pull him. I think
I think
with, and
domestic
I know
violence
you
is
might,
just
and
as
I know
bad.
Rachel, you might not like this, you might not, but I think domestic violence and battery is not as bad for Showtime than being accused of rape.
Well, I think domestic. Well, okay. So rape, if the woman was in the right mind to, follow the protocols of going to the hospital, having, even at that though, even if you have a rape kit done, you still can't prove, like, because it's the bedroom, right? Domestic violence is usually in the house. So I mean, either I'm telling you, like, it's one of the hard, it's not like they stole something from a store and there's a security camera. I mean, it's not like they had Alexa on and they can replay back the video. Like, I think both of them are very extremely hard to prove. And they're very serious. For me, they're very serious allegations. Like, I get mad whenever I hear, like, when who's that football player that like socked his female?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this dude's like 300 pounds and he's throwing her around and stuff like that. I'm like, come on.
You talking about the? I think he played for like the Dolphins or something.
Yeah, I think so. It was years ago. It was probably like 10 years ago now.
No, I
right?
agree with all that, Rachel. I agree with that. But I've had friends and I've had people, and I've seen people having these back and forward domestic relationship, a bit of violence in their house when it gets verbal. First, it's verbal. You know what I'm saying? It gets very verbal between two people, which are, intimate. They also are very connected to each other because of their children. And people forget that. And people got to remember this, that over a child, this domestic stuff, what happens, even Tank Davis said, look, I got two beautiful kids. And this is what's probably killing Tank Davis, that she's got his kid. He can't get along with her. How do we know? And I'm just going to keep it real on Rapstar. How do we know that, many people been in these relationships, and you get these women out here today that they think they're men as well. And that's why, like Rachel said, it's proven guilty until guilty. You can't make no comments like that right now. But women also are mentally, when they got your children, it can fuck your head up. And then they can lay hands on you. I've seen it happen to a man. I've seen a man, he got hands laid onto him 2-3 times. And he had to deal with this woman in a way that he had to handle her. He had to hold her up like an MMA lock, without her mercy, and then he had to push her to a place that she can't. She understood the push. He pushed her way back, and she hit like the bushes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, at that point, that was domestic violence now.
Yeah.
Right? But let me tell you, every domestic violence has its own ways. And that woman was a crazy bitch. because I know that crazy woman. She was always in his face, always trying to show that she wants to punch him when it got to that point. A woman shouldn't be doing that to a man.
I agree. Kindergarten rule 101. Keep your hands to yourself. I'm
Women
just
need
gonna
to
keep
keep
going
their
back to
hands
that
to
rap.
themselves. Women need to keep their fucking hands to themselves
I
as well.
I agree. I never said that they should. I'm saying to keep
No,
your
yeah,
everybody. I don't care what gender you are. Just keep your. I don't care what age you are. Keep your hands to yourself.
yeah. I mean, Tip Bayless, have you ever met a girl that would put you to a place that you think, oh wait there, I don't want to be around this now?
Have I personally?
Man, I met crazy women in my life. What the fuck you talking about, bro?
Not that I.
Girl, hey, listen, we're the same. We're species. When we drink, hey, listen, I've seen girls when they drink, they act like on another level. They don't give a fuck. It happens. Just because they're women, it ain't meaning they're going to be perfect. They could be the ones who are domestic and abusive in that relationship. They could be abusing. I've seen women use their children to mentally fuck with men. I've seen that. You can't tell me if it's a domestic violence or whatever it is. Maybe something happened leading up to Tank for Tank to do something. I don't know, but anything could be possible here. You get what I mean, Tip Bayless?
Yeah.
You know? But look, the main thing is domestic battery is proven until proven. Do you think they're going to pull the card, Tip Bayless?
Nah, it's too much. Then that's what I was going to refer to earlier. Is this card is too big of an investment for them to pull? Unlike, I don't think the Rolly card was as big. That's the difference I'm seeing. Like, and this is my personal opinion. Like, this is a huge card. I don't think they'll pull this card. Now they could pull Tank from the card, I think, but the event is still going to go on.
And I hope I didn't get too strong, but I speak. When I go in, Tip. I hope I didn't. Now Rachel's good. She said she was only coming in for a bit. I'm gonna go places with it. You know what I'm saying, Tip Bayless? Because look, at the end of the day, there's women out there they can mentally fuck around with a man. When it gets to domestic violence, bro, first there's a lot of shit going on before it gets there.
But Punch made a great point earlier too. This could be huge for Tank if he takes this fight and then he's proven to be innocent or not. Like this is huge.
Yeah. Let's see what the chat says. General says women always creating serious in their dumb heads. I'll tear for Clarissa Shields' husband. I'm pretty sure she would lay him out. Yo, I'm over here right now. I've just seen the chat. But look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I got enough respect. But when we speak on this channel, bro, even when I'm speaking to Rachel Donaire, I'm not speaking to Rachel because she's a woman. I'm speaking to her, giving her the same equal respect as me. I'm gonna have a conversation with her in the same level, and I'm not gonna tone it down because Rachel's a lady. Rachel's ready for all them conversations. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'll just look at it this way. Yes, domestic violence and battery, it's a bad charge. Like Rachel said, that shit's bad. Right? But at the end of the day, rape is way worse. For me, when it gets to rape, there's no question. There's no question, right? That is the time that you can pull a man out, say, yo, we got to work this out until this shit's over with. You know what I'm saying? We got to work this shit out until this is over with. But domestic violence or domestic battery, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the day, we don't know what the fuck's been leading up all the way up to that. We don't know until you're guilty, proven guilty, right? So I don't know. but you guys might have something to say about it. What do you think about it, Frank?
Yeah, well, I mentioned this when everybody was hating on Tio, saying he had mental issues and he needs to take a break. And I said, it is really interesting that these press are such cucks. Tank was doing these interviews and talking a gang of shit about everybody, accusing Ryan of steroids. I says, why does nobody question this guy? He has all these legal issues. Why is everybody not hard on him that he has mental issues? Maybe he's the one on steroids, with the incidents he's had, and everybody kind of gave him a pass. And I said, I don't want to prey on any man's downfall, because you heard a lot of your panel guests saying, "Oh yeah, Tio, he's gonna get knocked out. He needs to quit boxing. He's not mentally right." And you let a guy like this go on scot free, and he does something like this. So normally I have sympathy for somebody, but I don't have any sympathy for Tank Davis because of all the shit he was talking. He went on record trying to ruin Ryan, and now he wants us to have sympathy for him. It just seems like a hypocritical double standard. So you criticize Tio when he kept it boxing, but now this guy with all his issues, no one questioned that maybe he has mental issues.
Do you think they should pull the card until proven guilty?
I don't know. You gotta look at the pro and the con, Frank.
No. Let me just answer that. My stance is, look, I believe you're innocent until proven guilty, but you have to understand though that it's not about what he's done. It's just, imagine a situation that if they do allow it to happen and more comes out, and maybe he does something a lot more serious, they're gonna look a lot more. They might be liable. If you understand what I'm saying, like baseball players, basketball players, they get suspended for much less. It happens every week, at least in college and the pros. A guy gets suspended for a case or getting arrested. So I think they should. This is not normal. This is not. It's not like you're gonna fight at the bar with a guy. This is domestic violence. It's not a run of the mill kind of incident, like Zero Ramirez threw a beer can at somebody. This seems to be a what do you call that? A pattern of behavior.
And Punch Drunk Boxing says, I like Middle Eastern Muslim women who cover themselves up and respect their husbands. The day my woman talk back to me, I'm serving her divorce papers.
But you should be questioning this man's mental state of mind. He's obviously not mentally stable. If we are going to criticize Tio and his dad and kind of some
have
of
a
the
look
things,
at what you did to that woman before, Frank. Look how you treated her.
Yeah, he has a ton of other things. And again, I don't want to condemn anybody or throw them under the bus or prey on anybody's downfall. But when you yourself show just a lack of character, and slandering other people, why should we have sympathy for you?
Keep it moving, Frank. I'm going to send someone a link.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how anybody could come on here and defend Tank's actions. If you're a fan of the person, I understand it. But what were you a fan of in the first place? You already knew he had these issues. You didn't question them. I know Tip has a lot to say, and he was always crying. You're hating on Tank Davis and this and that. I can't believe you. I said, look, man, I think the guy's a piece of shit scumbag.
Yeah. I mean, look, I got to keep it real with you, bro. When we speak on this channel, one thing everybody loves about my channel, yeah, I don't sugarcoat it. Even in front of Rachel, you saw the question I asked her. I said, look, I agree with that, but some women are fucking crazy as fuck. Right? We know women are out there, they're doing domestic abuse themselves. These women are out there mentally fucking with men. Some women think they can punch men and it's all right for them, yeah? I mean, did I say anything wrong? Let me ask Punch. Punch, do I say anything wrong that women are just as crazy, if not crazier than men?
Yeah. I mean,
am I just keeping that 100?
I think when men started, I don't know, maybe when men started not to hold tradition, everything turns crazy.
Well, but can I just say something real quick? And I think it comes to this. We hold people to a higher standard. So if you were going to a doctor or you went to see a lawyer for, let's say, business, or you were doing business with somebody and you seen that he was doing this type of behavior, would you still want to be in business with this person? Would you want a guy operating on you that is beating up his wife at home?
I wouldn't even ask his personal what he does personally. To be
Well, no,
honest.
when you're a public figure, it's just like any politician, right? When you become a public figure, your life, you can cry about it, but your life becomes public. That's kind of the trade-off. And it may not be right. We may be consumers of drama, but when you become famous or something, a public figure, that's what it means. You have to accept the good with the bad.
Is famous and a public figure the same thing?
I believe now, yes, with social media, they are.
So is Al Heyman a public figure?
Is well,
Yes, Al Heyman is a public figure. He's not famous. He's a
not in the
public figure.
general sense. No,
See,
he's
I
not
say that
putting
he's
himself
famous,
out
but
there.
not a public figure because we never seen him. But everybody knows who Al Heyman is, from the music industry to the sport industry. But we never see him. So is he? I don't think he's a public figure, in my opinion.
Like I'll just put it to you. I mean, even if this punch, and I'll just be fair with you and rap. Like if I came on the internet one day and because I see you YouTubers, you guys will roast each other, and we know there's some real actual criminal scumbags in the YouTube community that are like actual criminals, right? Like I won't follow them. Like if I heard Punch had beat his wife to a bloody pulp, would I follow Punch Drunk Boxing? I don't think so.
Well, when's the last time we seen Al Heyman?
No, I'm talking about being a public figure or anybody that has a
Nah, I know
voice.
that, but I'm just saying. I remember he was at the Jermaine Taylor Bernard Hopkins fight.
I mean, what I'm saying, even if you're a famous person, I think they still have the. I think because you're famous, that doesn't mean that everything should be public, but they still should have the responsibility of knowing who they are and still dealing with things privately and stuff like that.
Well, famous is famous. It's just that, like if you have sponsors, Punch, they're gonna pull your sponsorships if they find out something because you're a public figure. You're saying things, and you need to be held accountable and responsible for it. Like
Oh no,
in
what
your
no,
position,
it's true, but I'm just saying that there's look at Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya been dealing with substance abuse for a long time, and even Sugar Ray Leonard. But they did a good job in hiding that. They kept all their endorsements. It never came out. It never came out. Then after his career, then it actually came out. But during his career, there's certain famous people that know how to keep that dark secret, know how to keep shit privately. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm
fair.
saying. They gotta
That's a
hold
fair
themselves
point.
accountable. So let's say if I know somebody, right? Let's say I do have a business, and there's this famous person. I won't ask nothing about their relationship or whatever. But as soon as it comes out and then it's in the public forum, they like that picture, like Javonta Tan Davis and that action. Yeah, now you could take action. But I wouldn't even ask what's going on
But
privately.
that's I'm saying even in your that's why I gave you a hypothetical. Even in your own personal life, if you go to your doctor, you go to your not that you go to a therapist, but somebody that you assume is a public figure, and you see him, you're just on randomly walking the street, and you see him smoking a crack pipe. Are you going to want to deal with that person anymore? Would you want your pilot that for that day? Would you want to see him out at getting in fights at a bar?
Depending on what industry.
Like a pilot, like
Everybody know that DMX was a crackhead, but Hollywood still fuck with him and gave him movies and commercials and all that shit.
well, no, I mean, but didn't that have who had that? Like Eddie Murphy got caught with a tranny, right? And then he lost a lot. It happens, man. And it's the world we live in. You're held to a different standard, and there's no justification for that. It's just like they're role models too, right? Athletes are role models as well.
Was like, can let me ask a question. What's worse, beating up your woman or beating up your child?
Oh, 10
Yeah,
times. That's
didn't
not even
Adrian
a
Peterson, he got
conversation.
suspended for a year, right? Because he beat his child.
Yeah, he whooped his child. in a disciplinary way.
And he
But
got
then there's some
suspended, right?
people that be like, that's the
Yeah,
way that I was raised, and this is the way that you discipline a child. And some other people may look at it as child abuse.
sure, man.
Yeah, but okay, I'm glad you mentioned Al Heyman. You can look it up, Punch. There was a and this you can look up Larry Bear. Do you know who that is by chance?
I guess it's to the degree. I mean,
Do you know
the
who Larry Bear is, guys?
no, I don't know Larry Bears.
He's the owner. He's the owner of the San Francisco Giants, and I guess people had seen him get in an argument with his wife, and like he didn't do anything. He like put his hands out, and he had to issue a public statement. Like they had suspended him. He's not a public figure. Like he's just in the background. He's the owner. You might see him on the sidelines, but somebody just by chance seen him arguing with his wife, and he had to issue a public apology.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like when once you're a public figure, there's a price for fame and fortune, man. You know, there's a price for everything in life, and whether you like it or not, you have to answer for that.
And no, that Adrian Peterson thing. I guess with the bruising marks
No,
on
you know why I asked the question earlier about disciplining your kid and stuff like that, because I don't know. I think it's not like proven or something like that. But I thought I would think, or it could be a theory or whatever, that when we see men abusing their women or women that abuse their men, right, physically, I think it also comes back the way that they're brought up. If you're brought up hitting your child because you need to discipline them, they're not listening. So that's the way that you get them to listen. If you grow up with that type of mentality, oh, I need to hit my woman because that's the way that she needs to listen to me. Or the man, oh, he's not listening to me, and I need things to be done, and then she's hitting the man. You understand what I'm saying? Like I think it develops to that.
That doesn't excuse what you're saying. I mean, it doesn't excuse ever hitting a woman. Like there's no justification. I don't think there can. You can't justify it. There's just no justification
No,
for
no, no.
it.
I'm not saying to
You're
justify. I'm
not saying to
saying, do you
justify
think that that's the way?
the upbringing.
But yeah, but even you're trying to rationalize an irrational act.
If you're gonna have to think about this, if you want these guys to seek help, you're gonna have to go to what triggers it. You're gonna have to know the person, right? Because right now, if he is this that Javante Tan Davis need help, right? So how would you help Javante Tan Davis?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have. I'm not a counselor. If there's a therapist in the chat or counselor, maybe they have the steps. Maybe there's a program. But as far as I know, that this, with having family and law enforcement, that's if you look at the statistics on domestic violence, it actually only gets worse.
Nah,
Uh,
I think for Tank it's the is who he's around.
But the same thing, let's say with the drug addict, when they seek help, how they gonna seek the help? They're gonna have to. When you started using drugs, I started using drugs when I was a teen, and it first started out with marijuana, and then you know what I mean, it just picked up, and then I started doing some hard drugs and blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I think that we could nip all this, and I think that society could do better. I think that they need to look at this child violence or child abuse and stuff like that, because I do think that's what leads up to these adults doing what they do.
mm, I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Like what
Another
you
is
said,
that
Frank.
he's just a not a good person.
Something irrational becomes a rational way of thinking.
Yeah, but when do you excuse behavior and when does it become a personal problem? Like you're just not a good person. So when someone steals, you can call them a kleptomaniac, right? And you can just diagnose them, and then they don't have to take personal responsibility,
No, I'm just
right?
speaking because let's say when a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
punch,
people we could
but
talk
it's
about
not.
we could talk about everybody else's problem or problems, but then can we talk about the solution? What is the solution, right? What is the solution? Because he's still going to be around.
Well, we gotta look at it.
Are we gonna look at this man that he's just gonna be hitting chicks for the rest of his life, or if he seeks help or whatever, how is somebody gonna help him with that type of mentality?
But I don't think that can be helped. If you're asking me, can you go to a AA meeting to help stop hitting people? I don't think it works like that. If you just up and hit people, there's something deeper and more destructive at work. Maybe he's just not a good person. There are bad people in this world, and they do bad things. There's been
no person's good either. No such thing as a
that,
good
but
person.
okay, you may cuss at your wife, you may cuss at your kids, you may not be the best parent, you may not be the best husband. That doesn't mean you go and just whack them anytime you're pissed off. Like, there's levels to it, bro. Like, you don't, because you're trying to say because
No, I'm saying
nobody's
like
good that they,
the correct term would be well. Like he's just not a well off person.
or that he's not a good person. He's a
But
piece of shit.
there's no. How can you say anybody's good? Like good is just an action.
Well,
You
that's
know,
what I'm
you know
saying.
one thing.
Anybody can do good or bad. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying
like what Tip Bayless is saying. Even good people in that moment of emotion, if they slap a woman, does that make them a bad person for life?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're saying that. Yeah, you're a
No,
piece of
it
shit. You
doesn't,
shouldn't hit a
because some
woman.
people, if they act in emotion, right, they could be great people, could be helping charities or helping other things, but over their child, him and the woman's got back and forth, and even if he slapped her, it doesn't mean that he's a bad motherfucking person.
Well, he's definitely not a good person.
It doesn't matter. That happens on the heat of
Wait,
the
no.
moment.
Okay, so you don't believe there's
That
bad people
happened
in the
to him
world?
at the heat of the
No,
moment.
but
When
okay.
you have a child and a woman has a child, bro, and that woman could be taking his kid, and there could be a conversation between him and that woman, and all of a sudden she could be making him feel, very or blackmailing him over his child. Anything could be happening in a domestic relationship.
So then that you're making a reason. So you're giving somebody.
There's a reason. There is sometimes a reason. Because if that woman's trying to blackmail me, take my fucking daughter, go to another man's house and fuck another man while she put the kid there, then you know what? That man's gonna put hands on that woman and say, "Here's one slap, you bitch." How about that? Here's a slap there, you bitch.
Wow.
Because guess what? You fucking with the wrong guy here. That you ain't taking my kid. Sometimes it happens over your kid. That the woman says, "I'm taking that kid and I'm gonna fuck another man." And he says, yeah. And he slaps the woman. Now that's an emotional situation there. At that moment, he did something, which is the worst. He slapped that woman, right? But
Yeah,
that
but
woman's trying to say that she's trying to take his kid, his flesh and blood, everything he loves, and she's going to another man's house, fucking another man, sucking another man's cock probably, and in his brain,
very graphic.
Nah, come on. In his brain, he's thinking, wait there, this woman's taking my kid to another man's house. Man, it can happen in emotions. Emotions. Now that's domestic violence now.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that you're using an extreme case. And even if you do use an extreme case, the first time you
Not
hit
an
somebody.
extreme case, you crazy
No,
man.
listen.
This happens every fucking day.
I'm trying to explain to you. There's
How many
a pattern.
women go off with their children to another man?
No, listen. I'm trying to explain to you.
This is everyday life.
These things do not happen by just
Men
random
have to
accident.
sit there like dummies and say, okay, we can't do nothing
Rap.
about it. Police is going to arrest us anyway.
It's a pattern of behavior. Okay. If you're in that situation, then you didn't see that coming. Like, there's always red flags. There's always things that people do. They don't just wake up and randomly go commit acts of violence. There's always a buildup, like an earthquake, a volcano. There's simmering.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, Frank, for you to try and fucking justify it. All I'm saying is this happens every day. And I'm not saying it's right for a man to put her hands on a woman. No, it's not. It's not. But at that moment, when there's an emotional attachment or mad shit going on in your head, it can be a mental situation. Does it make that man a bad person for life, punch, if he put hands on a woman or slapped her? All right, let's keep it moving. Tip, does it make a person bad if he slapped a woman? For life.
In that moment, you are considered a bad person.
So there's you're a bad person for life.
That's that's a crazy. That's a crazy topic.
Don't be a cuck. Just answer it.
Nah.
Answer the fucking question, bro. Why are you scared for the answer? If a man slaps a woman in any circumstance, even if she's kidnapping your child, she's taking your
why
kid
are we
out of that
just being
house.
subjective to one particular person?
No, just
no.
it could be at any
What I'm saying,
situation.
if you hit anybody in general, are you a bad person? Like,
Okay, let me see. Let me answer you
let's
a
make it
better
a general.
question.
Let's make it a
Let me
general
ask you a
statement.
better question, Tip.
Let's make it a
Stop
general
the
statement.
cap. I'm gonna ask you the best
no, making
question
it
now.
general is
I'm gonna ask you a best question now. If a woman slapped you, and she slapped you, Tip, over back and forth over your child, she slapped you 2 times, would you do anything?
No.
So you'll keep taking the slaps.
I don't get physical. I just move away.
All right. So you all heard that. If Tip Bayless gets slapped up by a woman, and she slaps him.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Like,
no. If and listen to this. If that woman punches you, Tip, you're just gonna sit there and say, yeah, punch me.
I don't know what you want me to do, man.
Okay, so stand there and take licks while she licks you in front of your child. Yeah, because she could be giving you abusive relationship. Because there's women who do that.
I mean, I best I just grab her wrist and then what?
Well, what do you think's gonna happen?
Like then what?
What do you think's gonna happen?
I
You're a liar.
I grab her wrist and yell
a liar.
No, I'm saying I just grab
You're
her
a
wrist
liar.
And
Because let me tell you, I'm gonna set some bitch up on you. And wait till she fucking starts to put hands on you. Tip Bayless will fucking grab her. He'll fucking lock her down, and he'll try his best to not punch her. I do believe you will try your best not to punch her. But I think you restrain her. You will restrain that woman.
No, I've done it before. Like, yeah, I've restrained plenty of times.
If a bunch of women jump my daughter, I'm slapping them.
Oh, see, that's a different story, man.
Hey,
I've already made that.
Hey, Punch, if a woman punches you and she slaps you, would you keep taking it?
I take her fingers and I probably break all her fingers.
Yeah, but here's I don't know
what
the.
Wait. Oh, hear this. No. Punch drunk boxing. If a woman keeps just slapping you and punching you, what would you do?
I would take her hand and I will break all her fingers.
You will break her fingers?
I will break all her fingers.
That's extreme, don't you think?
No, the extreme is you smacking me. That's the extreme.
I can't stop laughing, bro. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but you have to understand that I don't know what the laws are in the UK, but if 2 men get in a fight, it's mutual combat. Like you won't go to jail, but you can never have a man and a woman fight. It's never gonna be mutual combat unless she's attacking you and like you're fearing for your life, like she's gonna stab you or shoot you. Then you may have recourse.
So what the fuck are you gonna do, Frank, if a woman was to slap you and punch you in an abusive relationship?
Well, I mean, I've been a witness to domestic violence, and you'd be surprised how quick it could lead to murder.
Nah, Frank, that's not an answer. Frank.
No, and I'm saying I would leave.
But that's not an answer. Bro. What would you?
I
do?
would just leave. I wouldn't even.
Wait. You take the licks.
But that's like I said in the chat.
Frank,
like,
Punch. Frank gonna take the licks. He ain't taking the licks.
I ain't taking no licks.
He's a liar. Yeah. Frank, you a lying motherfucker. You gonna beat that woman?
Nah, bro. I don't. Nah, man.
Yeah. I don't believe you're going to take the licks and run off. I believe that you're going to give one lick and run off. I believe you'll punch your back.
Nah, man. Frank. Y'all, I'd be going to jail.
You're lying.
Nah, I've seen it before, man. I've seen plenty of men go to jail.
Hey, Punch, this guy's funny. Say if she brings a baseball bat, what are you going to do?
I'd have to take wrestler. I couldn't hit her.
You a liar.
Dude, the only way you could hit a woman
A
is if
woman
she.
try to kill you, you're
I'm
gonna
telling
try.
you,
If a woman's
yeah,
trying to kill you, you're not gonna do nothing. A
here
woman's
in the
trying to
States,
kill you.
man, you're gonna go
She
to
got a
jail.
baseball bat for
If
your
you hit
head.
a woman, you're going to jail. It's that simple.
No, that's self-defense. A woman trying to kill you,
It's
hit you
not.
with a
It's
baseball
not.
bat,
It's
you mad
not.
fuck.
You can't.
Oh, mate. I don't know, man. This is
I'm
funny.
telling you, man, you'll be going to jail.
Yeah, in the U.S. of
What
A.
do you think? Hey, listen, Frank thinks this is a movie. He thinks that when she's gonna try and hit him with her head with a baseball bat, he's gonna only wrestle her.
What if the cops come and they see, you damaged with, being hit with the bat, or that she had a bat? Like, you have to understand, like, the cops just come and they don't care. They just arrest the man. That's just how it works.
Yeah. What are you saying, Lemus?
Men don't put fear on anybody no
Hey,
more. Not the kids, not the
I'm
woman, nothing.
What are you saying? Who's this Lemus guy punching the back? What's happening, Lemus?
what's up? I'm over here at work fueling trucks, and I'm hearing you guys. Hey Frank, how about if it's Clarissa Shields and she's putting them combos on you? How you gonna get away from her?
Man, I
Hey,
don't know.
brother.
I'd have
Hey,
to
some
tackle
people.
her.
Hey, listen. I'm telling you now. I know people. If Carissa Shield comes with her hands like that, they will shoot her.
Frank going.
They will shoot her.
Nah, she get tackled. She get tackled down. I'm saying I'll put him in a hole. I have no
It
problem
depends
putting
who
him in a
you
hole.
are. Carissa Shields is coming to fucking kill you, bro. What do you think this is?
I would
If
put
she
Clarissa
fucking-
Shields' ass in a hole.
Hey man, I tell the man, man, when you got a crazy woman, call the cops first. Just call the cops. Be what a woman gonna do. The woman gonna do it, so do it. Do it first, man. If you can, call the cops on this one, on these crazy women.
You gotta change the game.
Change the game. That's it, man.
Hey, I used to be with a girl that used to swing off on me real crazy. Call me a pussy and all kinds of stuff.
Oh shit. And what you did? You
man,
smacked the back?
Hey,
No, he took it. He took it.
She had me feeling like one.
That.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, stay away from these domestic women, man.
Man, that's them Puerto Ricans, man.
Hey man, they're them crazy ones.
Man, she should never even want to think about hitting you if you have your game tight.
Bro,
I ain't
So
never had to worry.
when you grab that hand, you grab them fingers and be like, "You ever touch me again?" No, aquí tú me vas a respetar,
Nah,
mujer,
look,
coño,
Hey, let me tell you this though. Frank is right though. There is some bad cases out there where men, they do abuse women. Them motherfuckers, they need to be fucking, you know what I mean? Them motherfuckers need to be taught a little bit of a lesson.
Yeah, but that's not I don't think that's abuse. When you're defending yourself, is not abuse.
But there's a fine line
Now,
between self-defense.
you could hit a
There's a
woman,
fine
but
line
that's
between self-defense and just being a bully in your relationship. Look, if you're a bully in your relationship and you're that man, then you a bitch. You a pussy. You do deserve to get treated, and you do deserve to get taught by the law that you can't put your hands on a woman who don't put her hands on you. Don't you agree, Frank?
Man, like I said, I've witnessed it. If my brother beat his wife, I would
Frank
not.
into that one. Yeah.
I would not. I couldn't condone it. I'd call the cops on my own brother.
Yeah,
Like,
Punch. What you got to say about that?
About what?
What do you mean about what I just told you? That if a man puts his hands on a woman and she never puts his hands on you, then you are you deserve to get
of course,
taught by the law.
If you just putting your hands on a woman just because she
Not
has a
just,
mouth, or
she got a mouth and she's telling you, go fuck your mum, and she'll take your kid. And anytime you fuck with her, she'll take your kid, and she already got men lined up who will suck her off.
Then that's it. You just call the cops, or you break up. You take her to court.
Yeah, but you don't put hands on her. You don't put hands on her.
No, you only put a hand. Not even put it in the hands. I'm just saying, if you
You can't put hands on a woman, bro. If she says what she says to you,
no.
If she verbally attacks you in every mental corner mind, even about your penis, even if she says to you, your penis ain't shit compared to the next guy now. You
Nah,
can't put
that's
your
it.
hands on her.
You just leave. You walk away. Ain't no
Like
physical. Ain't
Frank
no
said,
physical
Daniel,
action.
walk
The
away.
real question is, how do you end up with a woman that's abusive?
That's
What
what
do you
I'm
mean?
trying to
There's
say,
hundreds of
man.
Like
thousands of
you should
people.
But
I
that's
think
what I'm.
Vigilante said it.
But that's what I'm saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all is because think about it, bro. Just sometimes when you're raised, I've seen the mothers talk to their kid like they're shit. Motherfucker, what you doing in the store? I told your fucking ass to put your coat on and blah blah. You grow up with that type of mentality. You from that woman. That's what when you see fucking couples be like, man, this fucking bitch and shut up, pussy and stuff like that. That comes from how the mother or the father spoke to these growing up. So it don't phase you when the woman tells you, you pussy motherfucker, fuck you nigga, fuck you bitch, and fuck like that. Because he was raised with his mother talking to him like that. But if you're not raised with something like that, you be like, whoa, 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 what the fuck is that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that toxic people are attracted to other broken people. You're talking about
They,
broken people.
I mean the line, so everybody has like a line, right? And that shit can't be crossed. But yo, I've seen it. My friend and his pops, they will be, and his pops will be like, man, you acting like a pussy, and then his son will be like, shut man, you pussy. And I'm saying in my mind, I would never have a conversation with my father like that. You crazy? Like I'm like, yo, like,
Nah,
but
I
that's the
couldn't
way
even.
they're raised. You know what I'm saying? So they have a foul mouth and stuff like that. Like me growing up,
Well,
shit.
that's what I was trying to say earlier. If you look at the statistics of domestic violence, usually abusers were witnesses. They grew up in a home, and for women too. Like if a woman has witnessed domestic abuse, she'll end up being with an abuser because for her it's normalized.
But that's why I said earlier, if you're getting hit, if you learn by your parents disciplining you by hitting you, Bela, Incate, the switch, the cable wire, all that stuff, you learn coming up that by listening, you need to be hit. And I think it's a problem. I do really think that it trickles when it gets trickled down when you become an adult and that woman don't want to listen to you the way that you was growing up is if this person don't listen, I gotta hit this motherfucking person. That's why I should really take that child abuse serious because those child abuse they become adults because
Well,
they learn how to conduct themselves by and the discipline by somebody hurting them
it's also
physically.
stress related too. If you look at the highest cases of domestic abuse, suicide, and alcoholism, a lot of times is like professions like police officers, airline. Who are the people that direct traffic controllers? So Tank is probably under a lot of stress. I
think
imagine.
think think about this. I got hit when I was a kid. I got hit, right? But
Woo!
even when I got hit, I never had it in my mind that my mom didn't love me. You was still a couple of hours, you under your mom or something like that, right?
Yeah.
After spanking, you still love your mom and you know that your mom loves you. So when you hear these stories of these women getting battered by their men, right? And you be like, yo, why the fuck are you still with this guy? It's because I love him. And I know that he's good and he got potential and he loves me. That goes back when you was a kid that your mother and your father could hurt you and hit you, but you know that they still love him. So they tolerate that shit as a child and they tolerate that shit as an
Okay,
adult.
but that's what it goes back to. Let me ask you this, Punch. Would you still be friends with somebody you knew that beat his wife?
If I be friends with him,
Yeah, you got your homeboy, right? Let's say it's your homeboy. You kicked it with him. Maybe you ain't seen him in a year or two. He has a wife, and then she calls you and was like, "Hey, Punch, Hector's beating the shit out of me." Would you still be friends with them?
I'm not gonna lie. I can't say I won't be friends because I did have a friend that he spent jail time because he did hit his wife, and I didn't bail on him. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't respect how he handles women or something like that, or his wife at the time. That she was violent too. She was a crazy nut too. But he could have handled a situation. There was ways that he could have walked away. But I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I don't. It's certain friends that I probably won't leave. No.
But is that and that's why it's like a two-parter. I don't mean to always put you on the spot, but it's like we're just talking. But it it would you when you look at some of your friends, don't you kind of think like this guy's a jerk?
No,
Oh,
I
for
would check
sure.
him.
For
I would
sure.
check him.
Like
I
you
would.
have
I
friends
like.
that are like, man, this guy's kind of a scumbag. I mean, I know I have some scumbag friends, and I know that's my fault. There's a part of me that is a scumbag sometimes, but you know, not that kind of scumbag. But I think you guys are getting the point. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
A real friend would check his friend. A real friend will really be like, "Yo, my man, you need some help, bro. You wildin' now. You do whatever. As a friend, you do whatever. Even when they need help, you do whatever it takes. You tolerate the shit until you can't tolerate no more. If that's a real friend, I'm not talking about like
Yeah,
an
but that all
associate.
depends because there's been stories, Punch, that I know somebody's sister who been beaten up, and that guy got beaten the fuck out of him, and they nearly killed him, and they did some serious damage to that man, even though they were husbands and wives. And the brothers of the sister fucked him up, right? There's been stories where when a woman has had hands put on her, other men have come and beaten the fuck out of the husband. What goes
I
around
mean,
comes
I
around.
think I think every situation is different. It's like in the end of the day, you may see that this person is abused, but what led up to that abuse? You know what I'm saying? Like, think, okay, if I could say one guy that I knew, right? He found out that his 4-year-old child that he was taking care of, they was in a relationship, wasn't his. Some dude came out of nowhere, be like, "Yo, that's my child. Yo, let's do a DNA test." The two dudes he had his daughter and he wasn't the father. He loved this woman, and as a matter of fact, the kid actually looked like the guy that wasn't the father. Now, if he would have came home and physically did something, I would be like, damn, that's fucked up. But I wouldn't be like, damn, like that's you understand what I'm saying?
no, I get it. I get
Like, I'll
that.
be, eso está buena para esa tipa. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough. You don't know the situation. And look, I think a lot of people would think they know what they're gonna do if something occurs. Like, let's say if your woman try to hit you or try to hit you with a bat or something like that. Nah, man, I'll just hold the bat and stuff like that. Man, please, man, you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know
Well,
what
I
you're
guess
gonna
I'm
do.
just
Just
trying to
just like
distinguish.
just like women that be like, I know a lot. I've seen women that be like, if I'll never let a man hit me, you crazy? I'll never let a man hit me. And then they find that the man that they would be hitting them, and they stay with that motherfucker.
Well, the point, I guess I'm just trying to determine, like, are we trying to say Tank is just troubled or he's a jerk? And that's what I mean, like when your friend, right? Did you think like the guy's just a jerk? Like you've seen him be a jerk, or was there issues? You know, do you understand what I'm
Now
trying to say?
there was issues. Like, there was issue where he cheated. There was issues when she cheated. It was issues like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a very toxic
But don't you think a
relationship.
part of him was just he's a jerk? The guy's just a jerk. You know, like there's
Yeah, I
people that
say
are
that
just
she was a bitch.
assholes.
She was a bitch, and he's a jerk. That's the way. So when you, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you know the people, if she's just this nice woman and she does everything right, and this guy's just an abusive dude, like he's a bully, like he bullies her. Now
Mm-hmm.
that's different. But if something occur and there was some physical action and stuff because there was some cheating or there was some disrespect of the kid, or she violated the kid, she banged the kid, she got a new man, and this kid violated their own children, and then he gets into I seen that shit happen. I seen that shit happen as well. When this woman gets a new man, the new man violates the kid, the real father comes to step to the man, and then the baby mama comes and try to fight the real father.
Yep, seen
You know,
that
there's a
too.
lot of situations. That's what I'm saying. The situations where
But Punch, don't you think the other aspect is that these dudes are dating these trashy women? Like we
That
seen,
too.
isn't or Haney's dating some like throwaway piece or something like that?
That too.
Wasn't that
That
Tank was
is
clowning him
almost,
for?
yeah,
Who
that
was
too.
clowning him that he was dating some Tatiana?
I don't want
Shit,
to say.
hey, yo, look at Mayweather's daughter stabbing her, try to stab
Yeah,
her baby daddy.
that was crazy. No, the baby moms. She tried to
Oh, the
stab
baby mom,
the girlfriend of
right?
the baby mom, some shit like that. Yeah, that's crazy.
But look who she want to be with, a motherfucker that got 9 baby mamas. And then
Like
Floyd Mayweather,
even I mean
imagine you as a father, and you be like, damn, look at, man, I gave you a big house, or you went to the best schools. Me and your mom, we are very highly successful. Y tú, mira con el tigre que tú estás estúpida.
yeah, they're not meeting Susie Homemaker, are they? They're meeting these like little dots at the clubs, you know? These
I,
Instagram models.
and I think, and sometimes I think that there's a culture, like you could see the culture
Yeah, that's
in
what I'm getting at.
you could see that there's a culture, like you see how, come on, you see that shit in Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? How these
Right.
men and these women talk to each other. Fuck you, this man, like. But there's that's why I like, hey yo, that's why I like my Middle Eastern Muslim and covered up, and she's like almost, I don't give a fuck. I say almost basically a slave to the husband, man. I like that. I like that tradition shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, man, I think like some of the most successful men have always had like this meek, humble woman in the background. Like I think Snoop is
A
still married to
helper.
like his first wife. Like that fool be doing pornos and he still got a wife.
Yeah, the problem is everybody got a Jada Pinkett now, man.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I don't even like you, Tip, but that was a good one.
A helper, man.
Yeah, all
That's the
these
way I
chicks
see.
want to be Jada Pinkett now, just air you out. Like
But
damn.
then it's the man. I think the men also changed, bro. I think the man lost the respect of from the women and the children, and the men got lazy. The
Well, you
men
know what?
nowadays got lazy, bro.
But I'm gonna blame that's the Mayweather effect too. You know, he was always flashing his money, and that's how he got chicks, right? He was always bragging about making it rain.
His
So
daughter.
that's what Tank and all these guys they try to emulate that. So that's the kind of women you're going to bring around you.
Hey, and to be honest, when I look at fighters, I don't expect them to be normal human beings. I don't expect them to. I've learned that. I don't expect these fighters to be. They're wired a different way, and some people be like, that's not an excuse. They're professional, and I don't believe there's a such thing as a professional fighter. Professional in terms of a fight technique, yeah, but professional in handling things in the outside, nah. Mm-mm. All these dudes got problems. All these dudes got to mind fuck themselves most of the time of the year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be an excuse for these guys, but I don't expect them to be I don't expect them to be normal.
What do you mean? They're psychotic or what?
If they say, look,
I know fighters are
if fighters
psychotic.
say that let's say look what Keith Thurman said. He said, man, every punch to the head is a mini concussion. How many times have they gotten punched in the head since they were 10 and 7 years old? You think did anybody expect Mike Tyson to be normal? He ain't normal, man. You think him training like with cuss and stuff like that and coming up, you think I expect Mike Tyson to be a normal cat, a civilized human being? I don't even expect none of these fighters to be civilized human beings. I think
Yeah,
they
but then
try so hard. They try so hard to be normal. And when they're in that element that they're normal, because I think it does happen to fighters once they well into their professional career where they're not fighting 3 times a year, 2 times a year, because in the beginning, they're in the gym, they're fighting in the amateurs and they're fighting, they're staying in shape, they're staying wired to fight, and they just keeping it. But once they have that time to themselves, they don't even know who they are. They don't know how to handle women. They don't know how to handle friends. A disciplined fighter coming up, they're like caged animals, bro. They're like caged animals.
That's a good point. Yeah, but like you said back in the day, Oscar and Sugar Ray, they could keep that cookie cutter image. They knew how to hide the monster, so to speak.
But look what their interviews after. Look what that actually also hurt them. Keeping that image, the image was what got them mentally ill because they was portraying something that they not. It was hard for them to. They can't even ask for help because think about it. They have this image. How they gonna ask? Hey, yo, I got a cocaine problem. They can't even ask for help because then that right there exposes that they're not this clean cut image. They can't ask for help. It's almost
Yeah.
like men, the tradition provide, right? That's one thing that is big in being a man. You know what I'm saying? Providing and taking care, being the Superman in the household. But when a man don't got money and he can't take care of his kids, you just can't go to a girl, even a woman, be like, nah, I'm broke. Women could go to the club broke. A man,
Yeah.
that shit hurts our ego, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That you can't function like that. A man that got kids and a woman and he don't got money, and then your kid could come up to you and be like, can I have $10? And you can't even give your kid no $10. Shit, man be down off stress.
But that's what I was saying about Tank. I mean, he has to have something stressing him out. I mean, who knows what it is? But I think that's a factor in it. There's something he's stressing about. He has issues, or we all have issues, but his is in the public. That's the difference. And then it doesn't seem like anybody's willing to help him.
Listen, man, what Tank's going through, I think there's millions of men going through. Millions and
But
millions.
but here's the thing though, I'm gonna keep bringing this up. How come everybody was so hard on Tio and his mental issues? And I said the thing about Tank, and it kind of just went over everybody's head. Like, this guy obviously has mental issues. Why when they were interviewing for the press conference and fights, nobody was talking about that. It's like they gave him a pass, and they just let him talk all this shit.
To be honest, I think a lot of people is on Tank though. It's on Tank, but then I think that yesterday almost everybody was on Tank. Can't condone none of this. When you get that second day and you start, oh well, hold up. Let's see what these women be doing and shit like that to these
But
powerful.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Tank has this thug image. Like, he portrays that. He says things like, "Oh, I'm from the streets of Baltimore. We pull up." He says some really reckless things.
See,
It's not
I
like
be
he's
looking
just.
past a lot of that shit. I said that shit on the live the other day. I be looking and matter of fact, I even said that today. I said just because you was born in the ghetto, that doesn't make you street. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tank may dress like he made, but Tank wasn't getting in trouble before getting famous. So could he handle the fame? Or is it a power trip that maybe back in the days, you know what I'm saying, you all right with a girl not listening to you, but now that you on the power trip and this chick is talking back to you like, what the fuck this woman thinks she is? You know what I'm saying? Well, back in
Yeah,
the
no,
days you ain't shit.
It reminds me. It's like rappers when they try to join gangs after already being rappers. Like, who is the famous Chris Brown? Like, joined the Blood Gang.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh?
rappers want to be gang members, and gang members want to be rappers, and like athletes want to be rappers, and rappers want to be athletes.
Look.
I want you guys to hear this, though. I want you guys to hear this, and I want your comments on this, right? Because
please help me. Please help me.
I'm a
wait. Let me try and find that again. It's the 911 call, Punch, and Frank Tip Bayliss. It's the 911 call, and I want you guys to listen to the call from the alleged victim of Tank Davis.
Hello? Please help me. Please help me. Be a transfer for Parkland. It's pinging at. I need help, please. I'm trying to go home. I have my baby in the car and attacked me in front of the kid. Okay, ma'am. Repeat the address. Messing up my tires. Ma'am. I need help, please. Ma'am, repeat the address. I need to send units to you. I need the address. Please help me. He's gonna kill me. Ma'am, what's the address? Please. I can't send. This is Parkland. Okay, ma'am. What cell phone number are you calling from? Please help me. Ma'am, what cell phone number are you calling from? Please. Please help me. I want to go home. Please help me. Hello, ma'am. Can you please send help? I need to go home. I'm in danger right now. Okay, ma'am, who are you having an argument with? Please, I need to go home. Ma'am, who are you having an argument with? Go home, please. Ma'am, what's going on?
Somebody, let me see if there's somebody on the way. Did she mention any weapons?
So what do you guys think about that 911 call? And also, people keep saying, why doesn't she mention names and mention where she is? Now, maybe she's on the phone in front of his face and intimidated that she don't want to say exactly where she is, expecting them to find her from her mobile phone, cell phone number. What do you think about that call?
Was that somebody's dramatic music playing?
Yeah, that was the music behind the video. But go on. That was the little.
Yeah, you just gotta listen to the tone of her voice, right?
Does she sound Puerto Rican? Is she like Latina?
She's Hispanic. Apparently,
she sounded like that.
She's a stripper from Floyd's strip club.
There you go. Oh my god.
She used to work at Floyd Mayweather strip club.
Leticia or something like that.
I think that is it.
Her name is actually Leticia. I just made that up.
I don't know. I know she was from what I heard earlier.
Leticia Veracruz.
She's at Floyd Mayweather's club, right? But
what is she, Puerto Rican or she's like Hispanic?
I just know she's Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Punch, about the phone call?
I didn't. To be honest, that's what got me thinking that you know what, I should wait for more information because I just feel like she was reluctant to name the name. She was reluctant to give her whereabouts
because she was in front of him.
You know what I'm saying? So
she didn't want to give his name up, but she's trying to say, "Help me from my cell phone number."
Yeah, I don't know. Look, again, you know, maybe speaking from experience. Hey, yo, I tell you this. Look, my baby mama told me. My baby mama told me once. She said, "If you're not with me, I'm gonna make your life a living hell." Make your life a living hell. Shit, I've been to family court. I had an order protection. I know, and I had an order protection. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't sound American. She sounded a bit Filipino. Somebody said she.
I don't know what she is.
She sounded Indian. She sounded like she's from either another country.
All I'm saying is that, yo, if women would do shit to look, I would have sued my baby mom for defamation of character just for the order protection. She had to drop it. What, yo, I'm telling you, bro, people lie. They lie. These women lie. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just listen to the tone of her voice. And then when she was being asked questions, she her focus wasn't on the operator. It was on the car door. You could hear the car door in the background. You could kind of hear Tank saying, "Open this car door." Like she's wrestling with the car door. She's not even paying attention to what's going on. She's just on the phone.
Hey, yo, look at this. And I gave you a piece of because I could give a little bit of personal shit because I think it could help other people. You know what I'm saying? Look, I remember I was in court and I told the judge, you know what I'm saying, when I get my son or whatever, I want to drop my son off in the precinct. I'm not going to her place or she's not coming to my place. The drop off is in the precinct. And my son's mom was like, why you want our kid to be around in the cops? That's not healthy. And then you know what the judge said? She said, but I thought you was fearful for your life in the order of protection. Why? And the judge said, and the judge was like, that's weird. I thought that you was fearful for your protection. And then I said, why would you want to? Why you want to drop your son off for the police? I said, I don't trust this woman. This woman is a liar. I want law enforcement to be I need witnesses every time I'm around this woman. So approaching shit like that, they already know the bullshit. You know, right there they dropped that bogus order protection and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is that in a lot of these cases, yeah, the woman gets the benefit of the doubt, but they get the benefit of the doubt because men don't know how to approach them. They don't know how to fight back properly. They don't know how to watch their back properly. They let shit go. Look at Javonte Tank Davis. Javonte Tank Davis showed pictures of his house, of her destroying everything in his house, putting shit in his toothbrush. You see his shirt ripped apart. Why it took her to call the cops and not took you to call the cops? She destroying your belongings. She destroying you. Why you ain't call the cops? You know why? Because men ain't geared like that. You're not geared to watch your back. And then she calls the cop and then she look like the victim. Instead of videotaping, videotape, but call the cops right there. Because you, Javonte Tank Davis, you a famous dude and you a fighter. She's going to get the benefit of the doubt because you are a lethal weapon, a registered weapon. I don't know. When I heard that phone call, I'm like, it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 to me.
Where's the pictures about Javonte Tank Davis's house and all that fun?
He took it down, but you could see it in Twitter. Some other people got it on Twitter. He had it in his story. He had it in his IG story, and he deleted it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had. I think Blue Bloods got a little video about it. I think Blue Bloods got a small video, a small clip.
Clip of what? A clip on what?
Of Javonte Tank Davis putting a clip that she was destroying the house, and she had his kid. She was carrying the kid, and she walked away. And one of the clips, he's showing the bathroom, like she was just destroying the house. You know?
I ain't see all that. No.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like judging by her voice in that audio, like it's telling. Like she did something to provoke him, and that's why she's on the phone calling the cops.
Yeah, because like, she probably maybe playing the victim. I mean, hey, yo, I'm gonna say right now, hey, yo, Javonte Tank Davis got the benefit of the doubt for me. I don't give a fuck. That's it. I'm sorry, man. I just don't trust. I don't. I'm not saying that he's not capable of doing it, but I just don't trust women like that, bro. I keep it honest, bro. I don't trust women like that. Hey, maybe I'm traumatized. Maybe I'm traumatized.
That's crazy, man.
Nah, I mean we should give him the benefit of the doubt, but I mean he has a pattern. That's the thing. He's done stuff like this before.
Yeah, but see, that's the one thing.
But that's right there is the unfair. It's like and that's what I said. I said, look, but people is not gonna give Javonte Tank Davis the benefit of the doubt because of that image right there.
Because of that image, he's never going to get the benefit of the doubt. But yet, because of that image, a lot of women could go after him just because of that image. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, they're gonna believe. Look what he did to his baby mama that one time. So yeah, they're gonna believe my words and stuff. Mike Tyson, let's not forget when Mike Tyson came out. Did you know that that a woman said that Mike Tyson raped her and she was like 60 years old? Like a year after he came out of jail. Y'all know that?
Nah.
Yeah. There was women that was trying to sue him saying that he raped them. And that shit ain't and that all that shit ain't even fly. Cause women started, oh shit. Oh, yo, I could get this and you could get that. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I
fuck it.
mean,
Mike
shit.
Tyson.
Look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah, everybody. Look at when Tiger Woods got his shit going. All these women came out of nowhere. 30 women. Look at R. Kelly, like I said earlier. I believe he liked young women. I do believe so. But I believe that half of these women was lying as well. So everybody now, all of a sudden, all these women just got together. They called each other up and they be like, let's tell everything now. Like, get the fuck out of here. 30 women came at the same time.
Shit, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but why does it just
What
happen
about
to this
Bill
guy?
Cosby?
It's not
He
happening to
fucking does some
Yeah,
everybody.
bad
I
shit.
said Bill. Deshaun Watson had that situation.
Yeah, but how does every other fighter keep his nose clean then?
Didn't they do that with Donald Trump when he was in the White House?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
He
No,
had
not
some
the judge that he got up. Remember? The woman name was Ford. And then after that, she
Stormy Daniels
magically
or something like that.
disappeared. When the shit didn't stick, it magically disappeared. Come on, man. And we see that. Look at the Rolly situation. What happened to all the 5 women?
It was 5?
Yeah, remember it was 1 woman and then 5 women came. It was like 5 women. And none of them pressed charges. It ain't go nowhere. Like, and we can't get and I'm saying like and this is why I say like, man, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because it's innocent to proven guilty. And until then, and until some more information, I'm rocking with Tank. Punches
But
right
that's
in the
the thing.
fucking.
Should he be still fighting?
Yeah.
That's a sticky situation.
Still fight. I want
Yeah,
Rolly
but
to still
what
fight.
if he ends up doing something worse?
Hey, then the DA should step up. The DA could step up. Like even look, there's a situation where the woman comes out of nowhere and be like, all right, he didn't hit me. I don't want to press charges. But the DA could pick it up and it don't matter what she said. We're going after him.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, if he does something worse.
Matter of fact, you remember the question that you asked me before? That's how my boy landed in jail. She dropped the charges. She didn't want to press no charge. She was actually with him. They was trying to stop it. The DA said, nope, we're going to charge him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So in Florida, the DA could actually do that. And anyway, the DA could be like, no. We feel like he did hit you. He did abuse you. We're going to pick up this case. And you can't do shit about it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They could do that.
Well, something happened. I mean, we don't know what happened, but I mean, you could say she sounded this or that, but you don't know what anybody's supposed to sound like in a trauma situation. You know, are they supposed to sound calm, cool, and collected, or, you know, you're not you can't read voices. What's the saying?
Nah, facts. I don't want to sound, we shouldn't sound disingenuous or whatever. Again, I don't know we don't know shit. But I'm just saying, if I don't know shit, then you know what? He's out, and it's like, I'm innocent to proven guilty. I'm gonna go with that.
Like my suspicion is, I think they're gonna pull him from the fight. I think they're just gonna wait. I think they just want to sell as many tickets and pay-per-views before they pull the plug. That's like a conspiracy theory I have.
To
'Cause
be
if they
honest, maybe he need the money. It's either maybe he need the money or I'm good for him to. You see how they say about these mental illness should take time off away from boxing. I think he needs time away to handle his business
But
because you
what do you
could
think
tell
about that statement he
even his
made, Tank?
boxing business is all over the place.
What about that statement he said that his brain is not in boxing? What did he say?
He
He
said he
don't even.
want that he low key don't want to fight no more. Y'all can have
Frank,
this
what do you
shit.
think about that?
I think then you should not fight. If you, once a fighter starts thinking like that, it's over. Like we talk about Tio, but I'd rather have a fighter have all the confidence in the world than have be lacking confidence.
Is that lacking confidence or is that just lacking his life? What's happening in his life?
It doesn't matter. In boxing, it's the one sport where your life is the sport, right? Like everything you do will be exposed in the ring. There's not a team. You can't depend on the wide receiver or the point guard to carry you for a night. Every night, every fight is a Super Bowl. There's nowhere to go. If there's no teammates, you will be exposed. If you've been partying, you've been drinking, you're stressed, you didn't train right, you'll be exposed.
Well, we know Adrian Broner mentally don't want it anymore, but he's coming for the money.
Yeah, but maybe he's in a different place in life. Like Punch is saying, he's not at a good place in life. Say what you want about Tio, and I'm gonna keep bringing this up because we're talking about the mental. We were all had these shows about mental. What was the question? The mental thing you had a show on, right? Isn't this really the case right now? He's having mental issues. He can't handle the pressure, no matter what it is. If it's inside the ring, outside the ring, it's getting to him. And you can say that it could be the wound's fault, but you don't have to put yourself in positions where you're gonna be exposed. So for whatever we feel Tank Davis should have done or should not have done, he put himself in that position. Just like when I'm at the bar, I have a choice. Do I want to drive home or call a Uber? We're faced with choices every day. And you have a fight coming up. What is he doing in this? Shouldn't he be training or getting ready? No, that's my question. But okay, yeah. I mean, this is the pattern of behavior. I don't see any. Look. You can't tell me it's gonna get better. Does it look like it's gonna get better?
Who knows?
Well, you're a fan of Stank, right? You get
There you go. There you go.
Because I tell the truth, bro. I told you about this guy, and you didn't want to believe me. But I'm proven right again.
Yeah, but Mayweather was one of the greatest ever boxers, and he beat up his woman in front of her kids, his own kids.
And he went to
got a
jail.
pass. He come out of jail. He fought. I mean, he even went to jail. So what makes you say Tank Davis ain't gonna go prison? And we don't know the extent of his case. But didn't Mayweather go jail for beating up on his woman?
Well, no, it was multiple times. I think that was the final straw. There had been
Mayweather
multiple.
was the best ever, and he give people the blueprint. Like boxing, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but
Boxing cannot cancel Mayweather, even if he beats 10 women up, because Mayweather is a cash cow, and he will go fight somewhere else. Boxing cannot eliminate big fighters, bro. They can't.
Well, he had did it several times. It wasn't just. It's not like Mayweather just did it one time.
Yeah.
Even back in no, there were several incidences with him in this person, so it wasn't just one time. I guess it was the final straw. But look, you have to understand that, especially with these things, domestic violence, it only gets worse. It never gets better.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I had a chick I used to deal with long distance, bro. She had an abusive baby father. like, dude messaging me on social media and shit. She got a restraining order on the dude and everything. He's popping up at her job, all types of shit. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. Once somebody hits you, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to leave because it's not gonna stop. If you look at the statistics of domestic violence, you'll see that it always leads to harsher crimes. Like a person doesn't just hit you and stop. It becomes worse. So this woman will have to, like, I don't know if she's gonna stop seeing this guy, but I mean Tank Davis, he's not well. You know, and I don't think he should be fighting. Are you still going to the fight, Tip?
Well, you gotta think about it. You gotta take this in consideration.
Are you going to the fight, Punch and Tip?
Yeah, I'm still going to the fight.
Even if Tank is still going, Punch?
If Tank isn't fighting, I'm going to see Boo Boo for $900.
Okay, so you're definitely going to.
It's right down the street from my house.
Well, you can't even get a refund, right? It's subject to change, right? All fights are always subject to change.
I think all sales are final.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Maybe not. I mean, I can still sell the ticket right now. I can sell the ticket for like triple.
Nobody's gonna buy it. The stank ain't there.
Shit. Listen, Frank, if they say Tank is fighting, I'll flip that ticket for $3,000 right now.
Yeah, you might be able to. Yeah. People will. It'll make them
You
more
crazy? That's not the star. That's not the star. The star is the Meech's on Trey.
Ain't nobody
I just said that.
Nobody cares.
It's been $900 for Boo Boo.
You gotta fly out to DC for the Meech.
They're only coming for Tank.
That's the show. You gotta go. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to DC, watch Fubu, and then come back to New York. That's it. That's the main event.
Nah, that's crazy. Nah, but look, I think to everybody in the chat right now on the panel, I think everybody needs to watch this card. Like, this is a card you don't want to miss, especially like with the talent they have from like Washington.
But the talent ain't fighting nobody. Stop.
Exactly.
No, listen, man. I'm talking about on the undercard,
nobody,
man. Like,
Frank.
on the undercard, like these are guys you don't want to miss.
There you go, dirty in boxing. There you go, devaluing boxing. There you go.
It's a bunch of mismatches. That's just the truth.
Talk to us.
But these are guys you're going to want to see later on in the future. Right?
It's a bunch of mismatches. I'm not paying for that.
We got Jaleel Hackett on the card. We got Lamont and Anthony Peterson on the card. We got Trayvon Marshall on the card.
That after 10 years. Lamont and Anthony Peterson.
Some people do, Rachel. I mean, nobody cares to see Conor Ben, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that's over maybe to you. But Conor Ben's 100 times bigger than Lamont and Anthony Peterson right now.
Listen, Conor Ben can't be Vada, so...
Well, that's a different topic. We already know that. We already know what that is. But what we got to honestly see is that, yeah, the card looks good, but them guys ain't fighting nobody, bro.
I mean, who knows? I mean, there may be a diamond in the rough that you know what I'm saying, make an upset.
Yeah, but
is there any 50-50 fights, Frank?
No. As far as the main card, the pay-per-view card, no. It's like 30-1, 14-1, and Tank was 7-1. The last I checked. That's crap, dude.
Well, I mean, shit, those that top rank card wasn't any 50-50s. It was all showcase fights.
Yeah, they were all prospects, and I knew that. I didn't have to pay for it. Look, man, I buy pay-per-views. I go to, you know what? I do go to mismatches because I go to club shows. Like, I'll go to local club shows, but I know what I'm getting, and I'm paying $150 for ringside seats. You know, like, because they're club shows. I like watching boxing, but I'm not gonna get hustled. You know, I got hustled with the Gennady Golovkin fight, and I told the truth. I said it was a shit fight. I'm not gonna say it was decent because I paid for it to make myself feel better. I think that's what you want me to do. Tip,
I don't know.
but I don't do that.
Am I really getting hustled in this instance?
I would tell you, Tip, you're getting hustled.
I mean, how much would you pay to see these guys?
I'd pay probably like $150. Sit in the upper balcony.
For the names on this card, you pay $150
for a decent seat.
Just think
wouldn't
about it.
pay.
I paid $150 for Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera.
That's decent.
I think the magnitude of this is way bigger, and the names on this card are way bigger.
Yeah, when I go to Vegas, bro, like
How much you paid this time?
So when the Tank tickets dropped, I was looking at the seats, so they were like 25% off, I think. So I found like a ticket for like $750, and then plus the taxes. I mean, I could have got it closer for like $1,000, but I was like, this seat good enough. I can save. Well, Frank Martin
What
tickets
about
dropped.
if Tank don't fight though? Isn't that a bummer?
It is a bummer, but I wouldn't be upset about it. I mean, I got Boo Boo on Jade on the card for not, you know what I'm saying, $900. But
what's in your area too.
that's
Like
what you gotta tell Boo Boo. You got the punch when you see Boo Boo, tell him he's a $900 fighter. All right.
is that ringside?
Damn right.
It's not ringside, but you know what I'm saying.
What?
It's on the floor. It's on the floor.
Oh, okay. Will you be on the TV?
Nah, you're not gonna see me on TV. I thought you would see me on TV doing the Michelle Rivera, but I was in the corner. I was like, what the fuck? I was like doing the ring entrance side.
Were you able to see Caleb Plant? Because I could see Caleb.
I took
Plant.
a picture with Caleb Plant. I took a picture.
I
with
think
Caleb
I did
Plant,
see that.
Mario Barrios, Rollies, Abdul Mares.
Yeah, man, going to matches is fun. I mean, I'm not mad you're going. Like, I get you're going, but I just think you're getting ripped off for that.
I think for Wilder Ortiz, I paid like $750, but that was a resale ticket.
To be ringside?
Nah, I was like, we were in the MGM. I was all the way at the top.
Damn, Tip over here selling dope, man. Tip be slanging weight.
Bro, I work in the kitchen, man. So,
Nah, I understand that, but I don't know, man. I just like the way I look at it is
Let
like
me go get on. You tell me.
What? Anyway, I was interrupted. Like people ask me about fights, so I recommend fights. I would not recommend my friends buy this. You know?
For real?
Yeah, I wouldn't tell my friends. They'd be pissed at me.
No, you can't do that, Frank.
Bro, my friends are casuals. Like
Frank,
they buy.
No, the reason I'm gonna tell Frank, the reason I'm gonna tell you, the reason I'm gonna say you should tell them to buy that fight, right? Is to get these guys exposed to the person who isn't a casual and you want to introduce to boxing.
But bro, I wouldn't feel right.
This is the perfect card, you know what I'm saying, to showcase like, okay, these guys are huge.
Look,
you know,
I'm gonna throw you and punch.
Listen,
look, I'm gonna throw you and punch a bone. I would recommend my friends buy Spence and Thurman if they fight. Like I wouldn't have recommended Bud and Crawford and Avenesian.
Well, I'm saying by Spencer Thurman anyway because those two names alone are going to sell the fight. But
I'm saying when I recommend
the names on this card will sell the fight.
When I recommend fights, that's my name, bro. My name is on it. They better be good fights. Like I got hella shit for recommending Gennady and Canelo. People were pissed at me.
Yeah, I don't know why you recommend that.
Dude, it was the first two were slugfests. You know? But I can't in good conscience recommend mismatches, bro.
I wouldn't have done that.
You know, I think I did recommend Tank and Barrios because I figured that was going to be a good one.
That was a good fight.
People were happy with it.
I like Tank Barrios. That was a good fight.
You know, even Tank and Leo was a good scrap.
Yo, up until the knockout, oh my god, I was loving that fight. Leo was giving him some dope.
But you know what, man? Like Latinos are, you know, a lot of my friends are Latinos, so they'll watch anything with a Latino name. So they're okay. They don't care if, you know, Leo gets knocked out. They just want to see a good fight, you know? But I still try to recommend good matches. Like I didn't recommend Andy Ruiz Ortiz. Like, don't buy that shit fight.
But how will you gotta think about it? How will Boo Boo versus Plant, Charlo, anybody flourish into being a huge fight if these guys, if you're telling people not to buy the pay-per-view that these guys are on, like you want to get their name out there.
But Tib, I attach my name to my recommendations. You understand what I'm saying? So like Plant Benavides, if that's pay-per-view, I'm gonna tell my friends to buy it.
Well,
man.
Well, think about it, Frank. If you're recommending somebody to buy the pay-per-view, you'd be like, all right, I'm recommending you this fight because Boo Boo Andrade is on here, and he's a guy that's good enough to beat such and such, who's a champion. I mean, it's simple. That's a guy you want to look out for. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it becomes people telling other people.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but again, man, I'd have to be honest with my friends and tell them that it's a bunch of mismatches. I mean, you're just buying for the name, you know. Some people are brand whores, you know. They'll just buy Gucci and what else is popping? You know, Gucci and Dior for the name. You know, I gotta be honest, man. You know, I'm honest with people. Like, I was never gonna buy the Bud Ivanesian fight, but I'll buy the Crawford, Spence and Thurman. Think there'll probably be some good matches there. You know, and honestly, like if Wilder fights Ruiz, I'm gonna buy that shit. I'll be like, man, yo, you gotta buy this shit. And I can't stand PVC and Deontay Wilder, but I know a good fight when I see it. You know, for me, it's always about the fights. Like I don't have a problem with Stank Davis, you know, but you know, I just want to see the best fights. And you know, Hector Garcia is moving up in weight. You know, like it's kind of a mismatch. You know, I mean, I think it would have been competitive, but you know, at the end of the day, man, I think it's a little bit of a mismatch. He should have fought a legit 35 pounder. And who is Boo Boo fighting, man? Does anybody know who Boo Boo's fighting? Who is Ennis fighting?
He's
fighting
somebody that Tip Bailey's paying 900 for.
Yeah, no, he's fighting my boy Damon Nicholson. So Damon Nicholson knows my cousin. Like,
I thought he's fighting some Russian dude with like 3 Z's in his name.
No, that's Boo Boo. Boo Boo's fighting Karen. I forgot to do his name.
No, Ennis is fighting Karen.
Is Ennis fighting? No, I thought it was Boo Boo. Boo Boo's fighting Karen. No, I mean not Boo Boo. Yeah, Ennis. Damn, I'm getting dudes mixed up. Ennis is fighting Karen. Boo Boo's fighting Damon Nicholson. I forgot who Rashidi Ellis is fighting.
I thought Boo Boo was fighting some Russian dude or something.
No, he's fighting Damon Nicholson. Damon Nicholson's from he fights out of Laurel, Maryland.
Does he even have a chance though?
Is that the one who lost to Berlanga?
Yeah. Damon's a cool dude.
Damn, if he can't beat Berlanga, come on.
I'm at a fucking sprain my ankle. We were supposed to be going up to Andrew Council's gym today actually to spar. I don't know if you guys remember Andrew Council.
Yo, how did it, like, so you know this guy that Boo Boo's fighting?
He's friends with my cousin because my cousin grew up with a lot of these guys. You guys remember a guy named Ty Barnett?
Can't say I do. Did he fight anybody of note?
I think so. I could probably name.
But you can't say that it's not an absolute mismatch. Like, you think that guy has any chance against Boo
Boo? Possibly. I mean, depending on.
I mean, did you want to see Boo Boo like send him to the send him to hell?
I mean, it's a fight on whose game. That's what I like about that fight. Like whoever's game that night is going to be the one.
But is Boo Boo supposed to do nothing but flatten them?
Like, is he supposed to?
Yeah, like he's like anything less than him flattening this guy would be a disappointment. Be honest, like don't think about it.
This goes into the punch conversation where like Boo Boo has to look excited in this fight.
No. You know who this guy is, and so you had to be able to tell me like, yeah, it's a good fight. You know, that Boo Boo's gonna be challenged. We don't know what's gonna happen, or man, yeah, no, it's just a work fight.
I don't think Boo Boo has to flatten him. I think he has to make it a good fight.
But that's what I'm asking you. Does this guy have any chance? Any chance at all?
Damn, Frank.
See, you can't even answer honestly, bro. Just answer honestly.
Maybe.
What has this guy done in his career, Damon Nicholson?
Let's go over Damon's resume.
No, you should know. What has he done? Has he done anything of note besides lose to Berlanga? And you shit on Berlanga. Doesn't everybody shit on Berlanga? Call him a fraud, a bum? So shouldn't Boo Boo be fighting a Berlanga at least?
Yeah, but Berlanga's suspended. And then that's top rank. Top rank's not gonna make
No, I know. I'm just saying. If he's fighting a guy that Berlanga beat, come on now.
All right, so let's see. Since Berlanga, he's fought an 8-rounder. He's fought 2 10-rounders. He got a 3rd round KO and he got a 5th round KO.
So he's not even fought
Against a guy, one
a
guy was
12
15.
rounder?
He hasn't fought a 12-rounder. No, he hasn't. So yeah,
So you're telling me a world champion is Boo Boo a 2-weight division world champion or just a 1?
2.
Oh, 54 and 160?
Yeah.
So a 2-time, 2-division world champion is fighting a guy that hasn't even fought a 12-round fight? Get the fuck out of here, man. Stop. Look, I get being a fan, but at the same time, you gotta tell the truth.
Well, this fight is 10 rounds as well.
Look, if it was a club show and Boo Boo was headlining and it's just to like get some work, I'd spend $150, get some good seats and see a good night of fights. I just like to
That's
see you
what
guys
it
fight.
is. This is a tune-up. This is a
No, but
showcase.
it's not
It's
as a
a showcase
pay-per-view
card.
it should be a standard.
But they can't go backwards with Tank. You can't you can't go backwards with Tank.
No, but I'm saying Boo Boo could at least be in a somewhat competitive match, and he could fight an actual 168 pounder contender or something.
Well, when's the last time Boo Boo fought?
Okay, all right. Well, you're not understanding what I'm saying. No, I understand. I understand how boxing works.
All right, yeah, Boo Boo's been out for a ring, so I guess the 10-rounder is like a tune-up.
Oh, it's a 10-round bout.
He's been out. Yeah, it's a 10-round bout. So he's been out for a year. I mean, out the ring for a year. So yeah, the 10-round tune-up. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. It's on the undercard of a pay-per-view. He's a name. I understand, man. I've been watching boxing long enough to know that that's how you do it in boxing. There's always going to be mismatches. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't pay for it, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, but you got to look at today's climate. Like, if these promoters aren't going to make the fights that should be made, so
then again, I'm okay with that. It's just charging the fans to putting it on pay-per-view is just kind of ridiculous.
You're right. This should be a Showtime, just a Showtime card, like for
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right? No, yeah, it should be a Showtime card for the network. But you know what I'm saying? If a fucking Al Heyman and Bob Arum can't come together to make a Tank Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying? Then I guess Showtime got to do what they got to do to keep their guys a star.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, as a fan of, if I was a fan of Boo Boo or Ennis, I'd want them to be in tougher. That's all.
This is what I said. I was yesterday. I was like, the pay-per-view climate is messed up. I was like, what should have happened was, and Floyd wouldn't let it happen. Tank should have fought Mikey Garcia, and Mikey should have got the fight against Lomachenko, and we would have had a pay-per-view card right there. But the fight was never going to happen. That was the only problem. But, you know what I'm saying? Mikey beats Tank, you know what I'm saying? Sets up a whole nother alley for Tank, you know what I'm saying?
If you mean Tank had to fight Mikey Garcia?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That would have been a tough fight for Tank, man. Mikey was
It would have
really
been
good.
a tough fight, but Tank is still a star at that point.
When would this have happened?
This would have happened.
Like you're talking all the way in 19?
Yeah, around that time.
2018, 19. Before or after? Before Spence, right?
Before Spence, it would have been perfect.
Yeah. That Spence fight was BS. Mikey should have never fought that Spence guy.
Because, I mean, shit, Tank gets the experience with Mikey, and then, you know what I'm saying, you got an age in Loma or whatever. It sets up everything perfect, you know what I'm saying, for Tank to fight a Loma.
Yeah, no, that would have been a great fight, but I think Mikey would have beat Tank. Mikey is just too good
That's
and
what I'm saying.
experienced.
Like, the Mikey, I think Mikey would have beat Tank. Who knows what happens with Mikey and Loma?
Yeah, I wonder what weight Loma and Mikey would have fought at. Was it the 135, right?
Yeah, it would have been 135. It just makes sense for, like, you know what I'm saying, to have 135 bouts that are pay-per-view worthy. That you know what I'm saying, where we're actually getting the guys in the same weight class that you know what I'm saying, the cream of the crop fighting each other.
Yeah, well, you know what it is, man. There's networks and they're protecting their fighters. That's just how it is, man. You know, I think we missed the part where that they really do protect these guys.
I don't like that, man.
Yeah, I mean it's smart. It's smart business. I mean, it's you have to understand though, but like everybody disses casuals, but you have to understand that casuals, they really don't care about most of this stuff. Like the stuff we talk about, like my friends are for the most part casuals, you know? They just want to know when Canelo's fighting. They want to know when geez. I don't know, there's just good fights, you know? They don't give a shit about the politics and a lot of the things we talking about, you know? Like I don't even think they would care about Lomachenko and Haney. I don't give a shit, you know?
I don't know. Like that's
Like you gotta understand, man. People just want to see the good fights. Like put it this way, like most people, they're not gonna go out of their way to watch Montana Love. You understand what I'm saying? They're just not. They're just
I,
not.
I don't know, because I go on my way to see Montana Love versus Stevie, what's the guy's name?
The last fight then where he threw the guy out of the ring.
Royal Rumble. That shit was big. Look, that shit was $150 worthy.
Like
I
the
mean,
most fans were the Floyd fans and the Manny fans, and a lot of fans left after those two because it was a situation where like they weren't necessarily boxing fans. They just wanted to see those guys fight. Does that make sense?
yeah, but see, even with Floyd and Manny, those dudes were fighting. They were fighting big name guys all around the same time. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Tank would
No,
have fought
I
Mikey,
mean
like he could have been on pay-per-view right after. Like
they weren't even really
everybody else.
like outside of like I would say hardcores. Like only Miguel Cotto was maybe like the other most famous name, but yet that like a lot of people, most people don't know who Ricky Hatton was, or maybe some people knew Shane Mosley, but he wasn't like mainstream. I wouldn't say that. Like Manny and Floyd were literally mainstream. Like
Yeah, but
most even
they were turning dudes into stars.
okay. Let me ask you this: Where do you think that you'd seen the people that left the sport that maybe used to kick it with that fight parties for a Floyd or Manny fight? Are they still around? Do they still follow boxing?
You said the people that what used to kick it with Floyd and Manny.
When you used to, you know, I don't know, did you go to fight parties for Floyd and Manny?
No. The first fight I ever watched was Floyd De La Hoya. Like I was in tune to, like, you know what I'm saying, the guys that were fighting, but like the first fight like I really watched live was Floyd De La Hoya.
Yeah, are those people that you were talking to about it? Do they still follow boxing?
Nah, that was just like my neighbor. She invited us over. She was like, "This is a big fight," you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so they're casuals, right? They were just fucking
Yeah, she was
casuals.
just a casual.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like you have to understand, most casuals, like they really will just watch pay-per-views. Like I don't know if I'm making sense to you. Like you understand what I'm trying to say? Like casuals follow the hype. Like if it's on pay-per-view, it must be good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or like, it's on Showtime, these guys must be good. You see what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna go out of their way to get an app, the zone, and watch Montana Love. You know, they might casually turn on and see Chocolatito Estrada, but they'll be like, these guys are like midgets, you know? No disrespect. It's a great fight, but most people are casual boxing fans, dude. You know? So outside of, you know, all the stuff that we talk about, they don't like, do you know how hard it is to follow 17 divisions and how many belts there is per division? There's 4 belts per division, right? So how many
Well,
champions
now there is.
So how many champions is that? How many champions are there in the sport of boxing?
I don't even want to do the math.
Huh?
It's a lot though.
17 weight divisions, 4 belts, and then there's the zone, there's Showtime, and there's what else is there?
Showtime, DAZN, Top Rank. That's it. And then I mean you
Okay,
got
ESPN Top Rank, the zone
then you got
is
the card.
Golden Boy, huh?
Well, I mean you're gonna find Golden Boy and them all on DAZN.
But I'm what I'm doing is I'm explaining like how hard it is to follow this shit. You know, like a lot of times when we're having these conversations, but sometimes I'm lost. Like I'm like I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Like when Punch talks about all the boo boo shit, like how the fuck am I supposed to know that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, maybe it's because I just like entered this world, and you know what I'm saying. Like I've been following it so long, it doesn't even like click to me anymore. That it's like from that perspective we're talking about right now.
Yeah, man. Um, like there's a people are talking about this Ray Vargas Oshiki Foster fight.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of that fight?
Yeah, I was looking at the ticket sales today.
Now, are you aware who Ishiki Foster is?
I've heard of his name. I haven't. I
Oh,
don't
dude, you
recall
know I just
fight.
seen, and because everybody's talking about him, I think he sucks. You're gonna hate this. Who do you think I'm talking about?
You just saw his name and you think he sucks?
No, I've seen him fight before, but and then he's getting a lot of hype. A lot of his name has been ringing bells just in our little boxing community. I think he sucks.
A lot of hype and his name is ringing bells.
Who is that? Aleem.
Oh, Rasheem Aleem.
Yeah.
He wants to fight. Who is that he wants to fight?
He's been mentioned with a few names. Like nobody wants to fight him, I guess.
It's somebody down, I think at 126 he wants to fight. I cannot think of that guy's name. I don't
Now
know.
here's the thing. I've seen him fight, but it's just he's always on. You know, I've seen him fight, and I remember
He's
watching
usually
him.
on the Boxing Voice.
But I don't. He's not all that, bro. I don't know why
Nah,
is he getting
he's
so much
not.
hype.
He's
He's
not.
like he. You know what he is? He's like really slick, and he makes it look better. If you understand what I'm saying, like he can make you miss, and then he showboats, and then he'll jab a couple times. He's like that. He's like Haney, but without Haney's how do I say it? Because you know I don't care for Haney. Like Haney's stationary, if you really think about it.
Haney's gonna be a draw.
Shut up, dude. I don't want to talk about Haney. I'm talking about this Eileen dude. Because he's gonna get some noise. Watch next year, he
No, he
might
will.
beat
He
some
will. He
people.
definitely will.
He could upset some people. He has that style to make people look bad. But I don't see no punching technique, no punching power. You know, he's just kind of slick.
I'm kind of pissed too because Jermell Charlo should be the biggest name in the sport of boxing right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're like bar none. Arguably, Jermell Charlo should be the number one guy in the sport of boxing. He's beaten every guy in his weight division. He's even gone back and fucking rematched the guys he's lost to and beat them in an amazing fashion. Like, bro, this dude should be a superstar, and it's crazy that he's not. I don't know what it is. Why?
Because he's not active. What do you mean you don't know? He's not active, bro.
Jermell?
He fought last year. Now he's gonna literally be out for a year.
I don't know if he's gonna be out for a year. He said, I think they said 2 months in the cast, and then whatever.
Okay, but by the time he fights again, it'll have been a year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, let's see. Let's look at it.
Look, man, I know you're high on him, but I mean, who was Rosario? Really? Who was Rosario? Was he a great champion? Eh? Isn't he retired already? He beat Castano. I mean,
Here we go. Here we go. He'd be
Rosario and Castano.
And yeah, he has fought once a year in the last 3 years.
Yeah, you can't get momentum like that, bro. This is not boxing is not a team sport, dude. If you want to make a name,
realize that.
you gotta fight. You gotta fight, man. You gotta be in the ring, man. That's how people are gonna get to know you. This is not the basketball or baseball where there's a schedule. And you're the franchise, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, like every fighter's his own franchise, basically, right? He's the coach, he's the player, he's the manager, he's the owner.
Well, shit, he's had one fight more than fucking Earl Spence.
Yeah, and they're all on one certain company. It's not a
So see,
coincidence.
that's like in that's so it's a reasonable argument as to like, all right, this dude, he should be just as big as Earl Spence. I mean, shit,
Look, man, they really look. They have some good fighters. Like Stephen Fulton should be big, but he fought Fig and that was it. Or no, he fought Danny Roman, right? So 2 times. But imagine had he kept fighting, had he got one more fight in, you know who we should have seen more of is David Morrell. We should have seen a ton of them. We should have seen him like 5 times already, like what Top
Yeah.
Rank is doing with their young guys. We've seen them like 3 times, right? Already since the summer.
I guess because of Showtime's budget. Showtime's not like a regular cable network.
Well, then their company should be doing everything to get them. Oh, that's a good one. Roman Villa, Rashidi Ellis, yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I'm back, and it's been a pleasure. And I'm going to
Okay.
catch you, gentlemen, on the next one, Frank.
Rashizi.
And I'm going to catch you, Tip Bayless, on the next one as well, bro.
All right, Restar.
Yeah, man. You guys have a great one.
How you too,
Everybody who
homie?
came through, I hope we had a good live. We did have a good live, but, I'll let Frank and Tip Bayless end the stream. But thanks for joining us, lads.
Always, man. Always fun.
All right, bro. We catch everybody on the next one. Peace.
All right. Later. Thanks.
Right, what's going on here, Donny Zonderets? Barry's actually going to propose to Sandra. Sandra has been giving Barry mad head lately, and he's witch, yeah? He's doing this behind the back of the boys because they know, yeah, they would have cussed him out for proposing to Sandra. Tracy had one job to do, and that was to record it, but she's all over the bloody place. Barry's clocked that she didn't get the footage, so he's going to propose to Sandra again. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tracy! What's going